Good morning, Sojourn here, and welcome back to RoadCraft for what is live stream number 30 as we continue our journey through the game. Good morning, I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. We're back today for 3.5 hours as we continue on in RoadCraft. So if you missed the last stream, which was Friday morning, we finally finished Deluge. We repaired the dam, and they were back on track after the dam had collapsed after torrential rain and flooding. So we started the Sojourn map, the penultimate main game map, on Friday morning as well. And it didn't start off too well, to be fair, only because we made a few mistakes with gates and things, expecting a gate to open and couldn't open it, and yeah, got stuck in a little hole, had to get out of it. Didn't really want to recover a vehicle, so we persevered instead, which took up a lot of time, but we did it in the end. It's always nice when you do achieve it at the end, but actually it would have been quicker if we hadn't done it that way. But it is what it is. So today we're going to continue on with Sojourn. I can't believe we're stream number 30 already. It doesn't feel like we've actually spent that much time, but I think if we go in, we'll find we have. That's the weird thing. Also this week, if you haven't seen the schedule, check out the schedule video from yesterday, which is went live yesterday morning. I'm just checking sound. And that dictates all our live stream times and episodic content for this week. And what else is there's something else I was going to add to that. Oh yeah, Clause Awaji. I still haven't found any other time for it to go live other than 1 p.m. GMT on Tuesday, which means we won't be able to stream Clause Awaji till Wednesday morning. But that's fine because it'll give us three straight morning streams, which I reckon is 10 hours extra. When we stream, it can be a bit more than that. So actually, 3 streams may be enough to finish it, to be honest. Which, if we do, we do. It's not the end of the world if we finish it within 3 streams, as it was free with the game anyway. So I'm just doing too many different things at once. Trying to do X at the same time as trying to chat. So that will be coming this week. We're thinking Wednesday morning, unless I can see anything else that tells me it's going to come early morning Tuesday, which I don't think it is. By the looks of it, for some reason, it's an afternoon release time, which is unusual. I will say that. It's not a normal thing to release in the afternoon for DLC. Normally, it is first thing in the morning. Well, early hours, I should say. But it's not, unfortunately, this time. But it is what it is. So, we are going to load in. I want to put something in chat in a second, just because I think I should. We're currently 85.5 hours in. Wow, that's a lot of hours. And this is live stream number 30 as well. But Sojourn is the new map, 12% complete. We've done 3 of 21 infrastructure requests, 5 of 31 completed objectives, no side objectives yet. And we've just started exploring the map at the same time. Lots more to do yet in Sojourn. But we'll get there as we get there. But yeah, I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. It wasn't a bad one, to be fair. Patrick, good morning. How are you? Right. I've done it wrong. It wasn't what I meant to do. Remove. So I'm trying to put something in chat, but I pressed the wrong button. I pressed return instead of putting a link in. Not too bad, thank you. Not too bad, Patrick. Thank you very much. How was your weekend? Trying to type and talk is not easy. There we go. That's what I wanted to put. That's what I was struggling to put. There we go. Ah, thanks for the like, but also much appreciated. Right, let's crack on. A quiet one, did you? You had a quiet one, did you? Oh, nice. A quiet one's never a bad thing, is it? That's the thing. So on Friday's stream, we finished here because we were trying to get the generator from here, and we've got to get it to here. We can't use a crane until that's put in place, as we need to restore electricity. We're in the Mule T1, but we found we couldn't quite get inside. We couldn't get up the stairs, essentially. I think we need to send a scout vehicle here and do it that way. But our objectives currently: activate the crane at the resort, which is this mission here. Visit the concrete plant, is all the way over there. 3 different locations to reach. Side missions: return the missing fuel tanks to Sirocco. If we have a quick look at this one, there's 2 fuel tanks here. We saw them when we was on here trying to collect something. So we're going to return those 2 fuel tanks to Sirocco, which is over here where our countryside base is. Fairly simple. We can either do that in 1 or 2 journeys depending, although we'll need a crane over there as well. But we'll figure that out as we go. So I think to start with, let's go and do the mission we're on. Countryside base, we need a scout vehicle, ideally here, I think. Now, since we are here, let's just have a double check to see if there's anything new, as we have leveled up really. Scout with trailer. Do we need that? So that's not a bad looking scout though, is it? It's got a winch. Does that mean we can winch it on the back of the trailer though? Or not, is my question. 6.8 meter bed length, capacity for 8 tons. It's a nice looking scout vehicle. My concern is obviously I don't think the winch would put something on the back. I suppose it's not a bad shout though. If you're using a scout to go somewhere and trying to do something at the same time, kind of makes sense. That's something we have to look at in due course. When we need something taken where the scout's going, that may be something to look at. I don't know what that little symbol in the top right means. Does that mean we've unlocked something new? But that's obviously a current scout. We already own one of those. I'm guessing it's because it's something new, but I've looked at it and it hasn't gone away. I'm just checking. That's DLC, so we won't touch that until we start DLC. That's kit. Kit is I think is basically a skin or a change to a vehicle we've already got. The Omega Thunder, I'm pretty sure we already have, but that's the Expedition version. Again, DLC will hold off. Another scout with trailer there, the TUZ Lynx. Let's have a look at that one. Why does that look the exact same one as we just looked at? Hang on a second. Oh, because I'm on, yeah, no, it's the exact same one. It's because I'm only on scout vehicles. That's why. Okay. I thought I was really doing the right thing by putting it on scout vehicles, so we kind of could do it that way. That was silly. Anyway, what are we going to use here? Our Caroline is already out. We need something that can go upstairs, essentially, don't we? Do you know what? Let's use the Lynx. I don't think it really matters what we use at this point. I've never compared the scouts, actually. That's 3232. 3431. That's even better. The Malamut's pretty good looking at that. Minuteman, not as much. That's yeah, so actually the Caroline and the Malamute seem to be the best statistically, looking at the stats. Let's take out the Malamute. Well, we know where we've got to go. And we're going to try and... the fact we've got the mule there helps, because at least then we can pull this generator out a bit, and then we can then use the mule to put it in position. It does help having the mule there as well, to be fair. It's not, this building isn't too far away either, to be fair. So we can get here, hopefully get it pretty quickly and get this mission out of the way pretty quickly. Right. So we think we've got to go up the stairs. I need to move the mule out of the way, really, because this is actually located right at the back here. So let's move the mule first. Let's go over here. Is that a bridge location there? No, it's just a little go down to a different platform there. Hang on. There's steps to go down here. There must be a reason you can get down here, surely. I can't see anything though. I wonder if maybe that was another way in, but I don't think it is. Because we're guessing we're going up the stairs here, and then from here we may have to pull this down potentially. Because I think this is on the ground floor, this generator, but it's being able to get to it is the question. I don't know. There is actually, look, there's little bits up ramps here as well. I am, but obviously we did a vote on the channel, so we're not doing it on release now. We did a vote, and the consensus was to wait about a month after release. So, although I'm looking forward to it, it just means I have to hold off. So it'll be put to the vote later on. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think my only concern is everyone is going to compare it to Ghost of Tsushima, and if it doesn't live up to that, it's going to really hamper it, which is my only concern. I don't generally compare games, but I think a lot of people will, and that's a concern. Right, that wall can definitely be pulled down. I'm just trying to see. There's anchors there as well. Generator is, I can't actually see the generator at the minute. I think it's down here. Is it under? It's on. Oh, it's even further down. Okay. Well, I think we've got to pull that wall down first anyway. I'll say that it doesn't. There's no anchor points for it actually. Oh no, I think we're going to knock it down. You can see the stairs over here. I think we're going to knock it down that way. Potentially. Say that. We could be doing this the complete wrong way. But generally, the X's generally dictate you knock them down. Should be good. Yeah, and I think that's the problem. If it is compared and it doesn't live up story-wise, I think graphically it'd be incredible. I think that's a given. But I think if it doesn't live up to story-wise, then there's going to be issues. That's the thing. That's why I don't compare games, because I think sometimes you can put things in too high a pedestal. And Ghost of Tsushima is one of the most beautiful games I've ever played. You know, that's the thing. I may have wanted a smaller vehicle here, just to try and get around some of these little tight corners, to be honest. Right, looks like we're going this way. My concern is, obviously, where we're going is quite low down, but we've got to get to it. Right, we've got to get around this post. Nice and slow. But yeah, a smaller vehicle may have been better here. Just for these turnings. So I think we're going to knock this X wall down. There we go, it's going. And then we've got to go back down to get on that, I think. Let's go get a turn here, right. I don't want to drop down, I think that will be a mistake. I think we'll end up messing ourselves up if we're not careful. So I've already said how early was Vision was only reviewing bugs for a week before this. Yeah, that does sound promising, to be fair. But then I don't trust anyone who reviews games anymore. There's games that have been badly reviewed, you know, like being told they're absolute rubbish, and they've turned out to be amazing. And other games that have been reviewed as fantastic have been rubbish. I don't trust reviewers because you don't know who's been paid to say what anymore. You know, long gone the days where you could trust reviewers and they were impartial. A lot of them aren't anymore. And a lot of the time you find a lot of YouTubers as well, big streamers, not necessarily just YouTubers, because you've got Twitch as well, but a lot of them, because they want to keep getting these games early, they won't say bad things, because they're afraid of them saying, well, you're not getting a game, you're not getting one of our games again because you said bad stuff about it last time. So I think that's an issue as well. Oh, so there is collectibles on all the maps, and as we look to straight ahead, there's a yellow flashing crane over there. That is one of the collectible vehicles that you can find on all the maps. We don't really go looking for them. We've found one or two naturally, but there is one of them there. You can sell them for a decent amount of money as well. Well, that's where they are. But yeah, that's why I don't trust reviews. I don't read a single review anymore. I sometimes look after the fact, after we've played something, just because I find it amusing. If someone's said, you know, bad things and I've actually really enjoyed it. But generally, I just don't trust it. As I say, the problem is these streamers want to keep getting these games early. So if they say bad things, there's a chance the people that develop the games will say, well, no, you really criticised it last time, so no, you're not getting it early, and that goes against them. Ah, look at these, loads of concrete slabs here as well. There's loads of concrete slabs. Right, these stairs here, yeah, it's really good. I think when you're going down these stairs, by the looks of things, we need to kind of remember there's a load of slabs here, and there is a big crane here as well. If we need slabs, that's where we've got to get them from, I think. Right, let's head down these stairs. Hopefully we can finally see this generator that we're looking for. We know where it is, it's just... There it is, just down there, the yellow box. Down there is what we're after. I should have picked... I didn't realise how tight these turns were, so we probably should have picked the smaller scout vehicle for this. We've got to try and make this turn, which is not easy. Although no, it's just straight stairs, don't ignore that. Right, we've got to get this so the mule can pick it up somehow. I wonder if we bring this round... Oh, I know where we're taking this. I know the best way of doing this now. I wondered why you could go downstairs over there. I think I know why. I think we can drag this out for the mule to pick up. Right, we are connected to it. I want it close, but not too close. We'll see how heavy it is first. Not too bad. I think we want to pull it a little bit towards us. There we go. It's got a fair weight to it, but it's not too bad. The Malamute handles it pretty well. Yeah, I think we're heading down here with it. And then I'm hoping the mule can pick it up from down here. Ah! What was that? A new objective just popped up. Side mission. Explore areas of potential historical interest. What's this? So there's one there above the eastern tunnel. We'll find an object. We've received information about several places of potential historical importance. Researchers have been investigating these sites, hoping to find something truly valuable. Watching the recent disaster halted their work, could you please help them out? Explore the areas. So one there, one is over there, and one is there. Ah, I don't know how we suddenly got that mission pop up whilst doing this one, but we did. Thank you for the like, much appreciated. That's another side mission to do then. That's an exploratory one. Right, we need to get this obviously down here. The problem is it's catching on that. I can't afford to tip over now. What we need to do is get back up here, I think, and maybe go off the side. I thought the ramp was the right thing, but the ramp is slightly higher, so it can't go over the lip. There is a set of stairs just here. Maybe the better option here. And then I'm hoping the mule should be able to pick it up from above here, is my thinking. And then we'll have the crane anyway to use. Come on, get yourself down. I don't know how far to bring this, to be fair. I suppose it's lower here. We could probably drag it all the way, but I think that's probably a bad decision. Okay, it's on its side now anyway. Let's detach the winch for a minute. Let's swap to the mule. Ah, can the mule get in there? There is concrete all over the stopping us getting in there, I think. I think you're meant to kind of drag it to here, I would have said. We'll see. If we can get in there with the mule, brilliant. If not, we'll have to drag it a bit further. Thought we were actually fine where it was, but no. But I think that's the whole thing, is you're meant to drag it out and then pick it up with something else. By the looks of things. Let's have a look. We're going to need a crane no matter what. There's another concrete slab in there as well, so there's a few concrete slabs laying around when we need them. Can we get... Ah, it's a fence as well. May need to drag this further. I don't think we can get into that grassy bit there. No, I don't. There's no way over. So we need to drag it to roughly this kind of area, by the looks of things, without crane to get anywhere near it. Okay. Well, at least we now know where we're going to get it to. Obviously the only concern is it's on its side now. And that will obviously hinder us pulling it. Come on. Be careful of that water as well. I don't want a sudden burst of speed to mess us up here. Nice to get this mission done as the first mission of the day though. More to the left. We definitely should use a smaller vehicle, although we need the power to move this at the same time because it is heavy. It is taking a lot to move it. Right, let's try and see if we can get it closer. The winch is on, isn't it? Yeah. I think the mule should be able to grab it from roughly here. Okay, hopefully that's enough. Can we grab it with the mule? It's going to be close, to be fair, I think. No, we're too far away. We need it a lot closer. Looking at our reach on the mule, I can go a bit forward, and that's about it, though, to be fair. We come forward a little bit here. And then put the anchors down. Yeah, we're still a way off, I think, grabbing it. Right, okay. We need to swap back to this then. There we go. That should be enough. Easy enough now. Hopefully, fingers crossed. There we go, we got it. We indeed have the generator. We'll put it on the back and then we can put it in position, and that'll be the first mission of the day done. It's always nice to start the morning and the week off with a nice big mission. I'm really looking forward to Claws of the Wild this week. I'm hoping, although they say it's 10 hours of gameplay, a new map area or island as well. I'm just hoping it goes well. There's a new weapon also as well. For, I can't remember what her name is. I'm just complete mind blank of what the name of the girl is, to be fair. But anyway, she does get a new weapon. A bow staff is her new weapon of choice with the DLC. Although you don't have to have the DLC if you didn't pre-order the game, Assassin's Creed Shadows, and you don't plan on buying the DLC. You still get the bow staff in game anyway. You don't need to have pre-ordered or bought the DLC for the bow staff. It's just annoying it's not going live until the afternoon tomorrow. I would love to have played it tomorrow morning, but it is what it is. This means more RoadCraft tomorrow, and we'll start fresh on Wednesday morning essentially. So, well, not completely a bad thing. Why you got the wrong connection here? No, that's fine. I just wonder why we couldn't pick up my two different points. Right, let's put this in position. Try and do what I wanted to do. There we go. That is the generator done. That is a crane at the resort now active. Oh, hang on. This mission's changed.
All right, you got the
More to it.
crane going. Congratulations. Now, get it going really fast and load up those decking parts. We need them at the river lock post haste. Once you pull them all out, drive straight to the river, no detours. Not even for a burger. A really tasty one. I haven't had lunch yet. Anywho, I believe in you.
She believes in us. So we need to now take decking parts to the river lock. So that's all the concrete slabs we saw. Yeah, the decking from the resort poses a challenge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 slabs. And where are we taking them? Oh, back. No, not today. Where are we taking them? Oh, all the way over here. So 7 slabs need to be taken all the way over there. I don't think we can carry 7 slabs in the mule, to be honest. Normally 5. I think we've done 5. We probably could. Weight would be horrendous, though. We do have a different vehicle we could use, to be fair. We go into... No, hang on. If we go into our countryside base, why don't we use our vehicle that has the big... That's the one I think it is. Yeah. The L says C400 cargo truck. It carries a lot more. But what is the weight? Capacity 8 tons. What's the mule's capacity? I'm curious now. Because if it's the same, we'll use the mule. I just think it's going to be too heavy. That's my only concern, is I think it will be too heavy. Where are we? That's the Voron. Voron is 8 ton. And the mule, 6 ton. So Voron is 8 tons, so it can carry more than the mule. The mule is only 6 tons. And what do we say that the bigger vehicle can carry? Obviously, we haven't got the Wayfarer, but I refuse to use the thing because it's horrible. 8 tons. So this can carry the same weight as the Voron. Obviously, you can spread it out better, though. So you can distribute the load a lot better. But it can carry the same amount as the Voron, which is interesting. And the Voron can carry 2 ton more than the mule. I hadn't looked at that before. That would explain why the Voron can perform better than the mule some of the time as well then. It's because it can carry more. Whereas the mule sometimes seems really weighed down. But it's because it can only carry 6 tons. So that makes a lot more sense, to be fair. But because this can distribute the load better, I think this will be the right options. 7 concrete slabs is a lot of weight. I don't know how much one slab weighs. It probably isn't a ton per slab, but I don't think it's going to be massively far off either, though. Right. Because of the reach of the crane, I'm just wondering where to park this up, really. I think we want to put it where the mule is, to be honest. Because we know where we're grabbing them from, so let's do this. He's back at work now after being off work for a little while. He's now back, so obviously morning streams for him are more difficult for him to come to. He occasionally pops in on his break if he gets a chance, or when he's not meant to at work. But yeah, he's back at work now. This is what I've said before, though. A lot of our stream times don't work for a lot of people because of work and things like that. Our stream times are actually really bad in terms of viewership. You know, in America, it's early hours in the morning, and in European countries, they're all heading to work or school or college or uni. So our actual stream times aren't very good for people to join us, which is one of those things. We knew this starting off. It is what it is. I can't change it. That's the thing. That's why I like the afternoon streams, because we got more viewers that way because the time was better for people. Right, let's jump in the crane then. We need to swing this round. It's 7 is it 6 or 7? It looks 6. Oh no, they're not the concrete slabs actually. They're bits of decking. It did say decking, didn't it, actually? Good point. Should bring that up. Have I got that a bit stuck? Yeah, I have. Should have brought the boom up earlier. There we go. Come up. So it is bits of decking. It isn't the concrete. But because we don't know how much they weigh, I do think we picked the right vehicle for it. The mule probably could have taken these then. Looking at that. Just look how light, small they are. I think that we could have taken these then with the mule. But I didn't know they were that small, to be fair. I wonder if we are better putting these in the mule then. Because it's got a crane to unload, maybe we are better off was going to say, I'll be careful. If I come out of the crane, I'm going to drop it, aren't I? Let's put it back down for a second. I think we swap back to the mule. I honestly thought we were going to be moving the concrete slabs, but they're not. So if we go back to the mule, because if we have to take them, deliver them manually, we're going to need the crane from the mule. So we'll take the mule. I know I keep changing my mind, but because the mission, I now realise what we're actually doing. I think the mule's the better vehicle. Either that, well, the Voron probably would be as well, but the mule's here. We've got to remember the Voron can carry more for in future, because I think that will help us with some of these deliveries and things. You know, it can carry more weight, so I think that is a big deal. Right, we've got to get these over the edge though when we take them across. Like that. Okay, I need to try and get them between. That doesn't go any higher than that. And they hit the edge. If I can't go any higher, why are they hitting? Oh no, I can go higher. Rope length. There we go. Difference between rope length and actually boom height. Oh, wrong way, that way. This side you can't slightly, that needs to go that way ever so slightly. And that way. Yeah, no worries, Patrick. Thanks for dropping by. Much appreciated. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Thanks, Patrick. Thanks for the like for the was much appreciated. I am trying to get these in fairly well. Obviously, we want to stack them if we can. For an easier way of carrying them. Wrong button. It's in position. That's in on the back. Bit more of a faff than I expected that, to be fair. But it's just getting used to a crane again, really, more than anything else. Right, we don't want the concrete slabs, we want these. And we need to keep them high as we bring them back over. Right. Not quite high enough there. I've gone too far there. They don't have to be perfect, but they've got to be pretty square on really to balance the load. They don't have to be perfectly on each other, I don't think. There we go. Alright, back across. We've got 4 more still to load here. But yeah, we need some of the concrete slabs in here though. That will be useful, I think. And we need some. Just so it means we don't actually have to make them eventually. It's always handy not having to make things if you've got some somewhere else. Rope up. Yeah, did think we wouldn't be able to use the mule, but actually it turns out maybe the better vehicle in the end. If only that bigger vehicle had a crane, that would make so much difference as well. Trying to get these in the right position is tricky. Just because of the height that the crane is trying to see, especially when there's a box on it, so you can't really see where you're going. I think I'm there. Can't, because you can see the yellow there blocking my view, really. It's a little bit annoying. I think they're in okay. Find out when we get back in the truck, I think. Yeah, can't quite see exactly where we're putting them in the mule. I think they'll be okay. This is where we put them all in the mule and find out it's too heavy for the mule. Now we know how much it can carry. Back this way. I don't think we're looking at how they look. I don't think they are going to be too heavy. It's only guesswork because we actually don't know how much they weigh. That's the thing. I want to go a little bit more. There we go. It's in the back. Try to do 2 buttons at once. Right, let's grab this one. Got a bit of a journey to take us on as well. Once all loaded, we've actually got a bit of a way to go, to be fair. So I knew he was going to catch on that. Make it as high as possible. Just to get over those ridges. This one's upside down, but I don't think it'll matter. Hopefully it won't matter. That way, a little bit, that way. Need to go a little bit more that way. Just watching that swing and trying to get the right swing at the right time to put it down. Which I think is there. There we go. Right, one more to load up. And then I think we can crack on and get these delivered to where they're going. But yeah, I've just got there's loads of slabs here. I'm going to forget the slabs are here, I guarantee it. But it may save us time later, potentially. We've done one mission this morning though, which is good. Well, I say we've done one mission, we haven't, because the mission then changed what we had done to this, what we're doing now. So it's still the same mission. So although we thought we got off to a really good start, a nice, quick and easy one, we've actually got to finish off the rest of the mission. Quick count. Right, swing this round, let's get this delivered, or loaded at least. So we want to make sure it's actually fairly even in there because the journey's a little bit far. As I say, I think the weight should be okay. Let's have a look. How was that loaded? Not too bad. Oh, that last one's a bit funny. Actually, to be fair, let's swap back to the crane. That last one's a bit of awkward position there. This needs to go further that way. The one before it as well didn't help that, to be fair. That should be okay. Yeah, that's better. Anchors. Cargo strapped. Right. So let's work out where we're heading now. We've got all of these on board. Head back to Countryside Base, across the bridge here. And then ignore that. That's a different mission, I think, isn't it? Yeah, it's because I'm hovering over something else. Hang on. Yeah, that's what. Why are we not tracking it? Oh, we are tracking it. Okay. We're taking them to there, so we're going to use our new road as well, and we come down here and then deliver them to there. I think we just have to sit in the square. Don't think we have to unload, but we won't know till we're there. But that is the plan. Let's go. The mule getting his first job of the day underway, and we didn't think we'd be using it, to be fair. Because when we started this map, I'm building bridges just to get to where we need to start with, and now we're going to be using a bridge that's already made for us. Kind of defeated the point of us spending that time making them bridges, but they're made at least. And we can't make concrete bridges yet. I'm guessing there's a concrete plant we need to get up and running, because we found that in the last map we couldn't make concrete bridges until we got the concrete plant up and running, despite there being concrete around the map. So I'm assuming it's locked to them as well.
Have I ever told you I really envy you sometimes? Who am I kidding? That's all the time. You get to visit all these exotic locations. and they all look so great on your video feed. It's like you're on vacation, where everything is trashed. Still, I really need a vacation.
Okay. I wouldn't say they're the most beautiful places because of the damage done to them, and the reason we're there in the first place is to help them get back on their feet. Although they do look spectacular in places, but the damage that's been done to them kind of makes that it's not really a holiday, is it? If you're there to fix everything. That's the thing. But I can see her point. Okay. So fairly straightforward delivery, this one, I think, really. To be honest. We'll just follow this round till we get to our electric gate, which is now open. We tried to get in there quite early on and couldn't until we got the power back on in this area here. And now that's back on, the gate open for us. So we can go in through the gate onto our road, and it's just on the right hand side. So this could be the end of this mission pretty quickly, to be fair. Definitely, I can't go that way, can I? No, that's where that's all gone down. We could potentially, at some point, build a bridge there. But currently, because we can only build wooden bridges and small ones, it's not worth it. I think if we can build a concrete bridge, that's probably worth it there at some point later. For the time being, I think we'll have to just go through here and then through out on our new road that we built, to be fair. There's the Voron, already out and about from last time out. And this is our brand new road. So if we're bringing decking parts, are we going to, is that suddenly going to build a decking there, I wonder? Potentially. Find out in a minute. That's the thing I do like about this, that when you deliver things then build. You can actually see the results of your labour, in a way. Okay. This wasn't what we expected for the mission, to be fair, after doing the first bit. Come on, up you go. Right, do I need to deliver, or can I leave them in? No, that is done. Nothing was built though. I thought we'd actually build something there once they were delivered, but it doesn't seem like there was. Okay. The river lock is there. Obviously, that bridge can be put down, I think. Construction Depo over here. Right. Visit concrete plant is one of our missions, which is over this way. That would obviously get the concrete plant up and running, I would guess. But we should redo a side mission as well. We've got two fuel tanks to take back. The mule and the Voron are both here. It's probably worth grabbing them with both of those and taking them back now and get that one done. And get the fuel tanks back to Sirocco. I like to do one main, one side, just so we don't do too many main missions and forget about the side ones, as we do try and 100% everything. So we're already in the mule, so we might as well drive the mule back over there, pick up one of these fuel tanks and deliver it back to Sirocco, and then we'll use the Voron for the second one, as that's near there as well. Be interested in the difference in terms of weight. Now we know the mule can take less weight, 6 tons to 8 tons, the Voron, then be interested in the difference in driving. We know the Voron's one stability better than the mule. The mule is still our go-to though. Has to be after how it started off being the go-to vehicle so early on. I still wish there were more with cranes, just so we don't use the same vehicle over and over again more than anything else. But now we've got 2 we use over and over again instead. Okay, so if we go right here, I think we can get to these fuel tankers. They are quite low down. We may need to bring a bigger crane to get them out, I'm not sure. We'll see. If the mule can reach, perfect. If not, we'll have to bring a bigger crane over. Hoping we won't need to. Right, we do not want to go off the edge here. See, the far one there potentially could be a problem to get hold of. We're going to see if we can get the far one first, but I've got a feeling we may not be able to. Yeah, that's as far as that crane goes, you know. Although you could go past that, couldn't you? If you move that out the way. Can we lift this? Can it be moved? No. There's no lifting that. Let's see if we could lift it and move it. Either that, or we try and drive around, potentially. I want to get the far one first, I think. This needs to be taken slow, I reckon, because if we go off here, it'll be a nightmare to get it back. As we found last time, to be fair. As we did go off. Alright, nice and slow. I know the tree's going to be in the way. Can knock it over, luckily. Right. Concrete bits there that can be recycled at some point. Right, we'll get the far one first. The Voron can get the closer one then. We'll go and take this one first. Hoping it's not too heavy for the mule. I don't think it will be. I suppose it depends. If they're full of fuel, then it probably would be heavier. I don't think they are. Obviously getting out of here potentially could be a problem as well. I've been a little bit wary when I've noticed that today so far I've been a little bit hesitant with cranes. I don't know why. Big crane were quite hesitant in putting things down. I don't think I need to be. It's just a weird thing to be doing suddenly. There we go. It's on board. That is heavy. You could see the back of the vehicle move then when we put that on. Okay. Luckily we haven't got to take it too far, to be honest. But we do need to reverse out of here. That is heavy. LVs, good morning. How are you? I hope you had a good weekend. Right, slowly does it, as I need to reverse. Yeah, you can see the weight of this is affecting the mule a little bit. Don't want to go down that. There's a hole there. I'm trying not to go down. Because I don't want to tip. That's my concern. Should be actually, it might be right. There we go. We're okay. Right, I think we need to go back this way. Let's have a quick look on the map. Yeah, we can't get back this way. Obviously, there is opportunity at some point to put a bridge there, which will bring a connection there, which may be helpful, to be fair, in the future. But instead we need to go back through the orange farm, straight out the gate here, and it's a straight run back to base over the bridge. Fairly simple journey, I think. But how are you this morning, LVs? And then, yeah, instead of bringing the mule back, we'll use the Voron for the second one, as the Voron's right near the electric gate anyway. And then that'll be mission complete. And we'll see what's next. I think concrete plant is probably next. And then we've got the historical interest places as well to do. But then other things may pop up after those anyway. Especially concrete plant. Boy, because of... Really? My stance is people are silly. And we had the same thing with Harry Potter, the Hogwarts Legacy game, didn't we? People boycotting it because of J.K. Rowling's views. I think it's ridiculous, in all honesty. I think I understand what they're saying, and I understand, you know, Charlie Kirk was a diversive figure. I think some of what he said was right, some of it was wrong, some of it edged on a bad view. I don't think anyone should celebrate anyone's death, no matter who they are, unless of course it's someone that, you know, commits war crimes. That's slightly different. But I don't think any deaths should be celebrated in that way. I think that's wrong in full stop, no matter what. But to boycott a game because of it, I think he's taken it beyond what the intention is. Because although they had something to do with the game, it's not just their work. It's more than one person's hard work. And I think to boycott a game because of one person's actions is going to affect other people. And I think that's wrong. I think if you want to protest about something, what someone's done, I get that. But at the same time, I think it's unfair on people who's really put the time and effort in to ruin their hard work for one person's actions. I hadn't heard anything about that person celebrating, but I think that in itself is wrong. You know, don't get me wrong. You know, celebrating death is good in the fact you celebrate someone's life and what they've achieved. That's a good way of doing it. To celebrate because someone has been killed, I think, is bad. But yeah, I don't agree with boycotting games because I think it affects more than one person. You know, it affects everyone, and if games struggle to sell when they're, you know, been produced like that, we're never going to get any more. You know, that's the thing. This is going in the wrong place. I bet this one is going in the first bit. Why is that not going? Oh, I haven't taken... Okay, I know what the issue is. There's an old one to move first. I didn't see the old one there, but the old one needs moving first, I think. Let's just put you down. Yeah, I think that I didn't realise the old ones were still there. I couldn't see it through the red. But yeah, there's two old ones here, which will be metal that we could recycle potentially. But what's your view on it, LVs? What do you think about it? I'm never afraid to give an opinion, to be honest. I know some people don't give opinions because they're worried about what people will think of them and it goes against their channel and stuff. That kind of stuff doesn't bother me. I think everyone is entitled to their opinion, whether it's right or wrong. And I think people having differing views is a good thing because it starts debates. And that's the only way of solving problems, is having several different views. But yeah, I'm never afraid to answer a question. And my view might differ from other people's. But yeah, I just don't agree with boycotting games, in all honesty. Right, just going. I can go in either or. Okay, we'll put it in the far one first, because that'll make it easier to deliver the Vorons one. But when we need metal, we want to use these really. If we remember they're there, obviously. Right, let's fold crane, anchors away, reverse out of here, and then we'll get the Voron in. We'll swap to the Voron and get the second one delivered. I don't know whether I've got the wrong camera on. There we go. Where should we park this? Just over here, I think. But yeah, what do you think? What does anyone else think as well? But I've not heard they've done that, to be fair. You know, so yeah, I hadn't heard anything like that. But I think a lot of people though are giving a view on Charlie Kirk without understanding what he stood for and what he talked about. But there are some things that I think he went a bit far on, and his view was very one-sided. But there are some things he wasn't wrong about. That's the thing. But people are judging it without knowing about the facts. I think it's also, I'm not going to forbid myself playing a gay gangster. No, that's the thing. Morning, Paul. Good morning. How are you? Say anything in this here cancel? Good morning. It is, and that's why people are afraid to give an opinion online nowadays, aren't they? Especially when they stream or anything like that. In case, you know, it goes against them, their channel. I don't care about any of that. I think, as I say, I think people should always have an opinion, because the only way you solve problems is by having loads of people with all different opinions, because that's the best way of coming up with an answer. You know, if people all thought the same way, you'd never solve anything. So having differing opinions is a good thing. I don't think people should be victimised for their opinion, though, either. I think people should be given the chance to voice their opinion without fear of what people are going to say. As long as, obviously, it's not... what's the word I'm looking for? As long as it's not damaging to someone else, if that makes sense. You know, opinions are all fine as long as it's not going to adversely affect someone else. But everyone has a different view on different things. No one's all going to think the same way, are they? But I think you are right as well. Cancel culture, people nowadays are a little bit more afraid to say what they think. Obviously, you get the people that troll, but there a lot of people who troll. You generally find their opinion isn't what they're saying it is. It's because they know they'll get a backlash from it and the attention they want from it. So, although they're trolling with an opinion, generally it's not what they believe, but it gets them a reaction they want. Sucker Punch fired her. Yeah, exactly. So Sucker Punch has already taken action. So why do you need to then boycott a game? If they hadn't taken action, I still wouldn't boycott a game because of it. You can quite easily say what you think of a person for what they've done without damaging other people at the same time. That's the thing. Just don't understand how to even care about other views. The self-targeting makes a difference. No, you are right, absolutely. Yeah, the people that say it's their view of the highway kind of thing, you know, your opinion doesn't matter, what I say is what's true, that kind of stuff. It's not worth the time half even bothering them people, to be fair. You've got to be open-minded in this day and age, I think. You know, we live in a different world than we did 10 years ago, and I think the more open-minded you are, the better. You know, and a lot of the time people hate things because they don't understand them as well. That's the other thing. The lack of understanding brings more hatred than anything else. That's the problem. But they're not willing to take time to learn about something to actually understand it better either. But yeah, I don't think people should be afraid to say what they think. But I like I say, boycotting a game because of one person's actions I think is wrong. I think you're harming more people, and I think it has an adverse effect on things going forward. But everyone has their own choice to make. You know, if you don't want to play something because of what someone said or done, that's your choice. It's just not something I would do personally. You're saying gollywog these days. Yeah, exactly. When I was a kid, gollywogs were everywhere and no one had an issue with it. I get what they symbolise now. I do, as an adult, I do understand it. But there wasn't an issue with them when I was a kid. It's weird how now the view's different. But then you go back and watch some of the programs, TV programs that were on when I was a kid, and the things they say in them, you wouldn't get away with nowadays. You know, there'll be a lot of backlash. Friends is a perfect example. Go back and watch old episodes of Friends, and you see how much nowadays wouldn't be accepted. But back then it was different. It was accepted. You know, that's how times have changed. That is mission complete. We've returned the missing fuel can tanks to Sirocco with the help of the Voron and the Mule. Right, we need to have a look what's next. Let's get this out of the way. This whole situation is ridiculous. One here. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I'm never afraid. I don't have an issue giving an opinion. You know, I don't see why people should be afraid to give an opinion either. I think making people afraid to give an opinion is bad all round. As you know, every opinion does matter. Right, we're going to go and visit the concrete plant next. We'll just complete the side mission. We'll do the main mission now. So we've got to go all the way over here, which is absolutely fine. It's just what vehicle do we take? We have got a scout vehicle here. Let's take. It's already here. We might as well take this. To be fair, as we're not a million miles away from where we need to go, we just need to get it across here. There we go, nicely done. So looking at the stats of all the scout vehicles, this, according to the numbers, is the best scout vehicle we have. So I'm not surprised, it's like a tank, to be fair. Okay, which way are we going to the concrete plant? It's not far. So we need to head this way by the looks of things. I'm not sure if we need to go construction, maybe probably through Construction Depo, you know. Looking at that, I think it probably is Construction Depo. I reckon the river lock won't open until after we've got concrete plant back up and running. Would be my guess. Yeah, maybe through Construction Depo. I think it may be in the same facility. Looking at where the wall is and things, potentially it's in the same facility area. With me looking at chat and driving straight into a telegraph pole. That'll teach me. Thank you for the like, whoever that was, much appreciated. I think after what I've just said, I'm expecting a few dislikes now on today's stream. It's probably a given. But yeah, I think people care too much about things like that as well. I've said it before. I don't care. We don't do this for the views, for the likes, or anything like that. We do it for our own reasons, which I've explained no end of times. I had someone, who was it the other day, said to me, you know, the amount of subscribers you've got, why do you not have as many people in your live streams as you do subscribers? And I was trying to explain to them that, you know, just because someone subscribes to you doesn't mean they can watch everything you put out. Hang on a second.
We can do a little trade with the folks at the supply depot. If we get them powered up again, they're willing to spare some supplies.
Thank you for the like, with as much appreciated.
And connect them to the grid.
Okay, so we've got to get power to them as well. That's another mission we'll have to do in a second. Let's do it on the concrete factory first, though. That's where we're heading. Was I right in the fact we can go through here or not? No, maybe. Yes, we are. Okay, concrete factory is down there. Okay. There's also a road that needs building here. I'm guessing that's to get to the concrete factory. That road, by the looks of things. I don't think it's covers a mission yet, though. We've got to power the construction depot, which is here. Don't know where our nearest point of power is, though, to be fair. That's something we need to look at. We'll also probably need power to concrete. This is also a road that needs building, according to what we can see. I'm going to try and head round it, and I think we'll get round it no matter the fact it's not been built yet. We'll need to build them shortly. But I want to see if we can get round it anyway and get to where we need to go. You can see the damage to the road is extensive. Oh, can't you now say your opinion? If they do, they do. Playing SnowRunner at work. You're playing SnowRunner at work. Nice. You're in Alaska. Okay. So that's where I am at the minute. We managed 100% Michigan, and now we've recently got to Alaska. But yeah, I don't care about being cancelled. You know, cancelling someone because of their view, I think it's better to just talk about it. You know, if someone's got a differing opinion, then talk about it, and then you can work out different solutions that way. Okay, this is interesting. We're going to try and get down here. There's lots of rubble and stuff in the way, but we've got to try and get to these 3 locations. I think we can get to this one on the edge here, actually. Let's reverse back and get to that one on the edge. This one I can probably get to there, and that may set it off. And this one I'm not sure yet. But yeah, to the first location we need to go back. Because I think where the trailer was, we can get down there, and that'll get us in that circle. This vehicle's quite slow reversing, to be fair. You're fairly new at the game. I think SnowRunner's one of those games that you either like or dislike, though, as well. It's like the newest one watching since I walked the park. Oh, really? Wow. But then a lot of people, like you say, have said the move is really difficult, and you didn't find it that bad, did you, LVs? Right, can we just make it to the circle? We should be able to here. Lots of concrete around to pick up and recycle. Right, that's the first one done. All we're going to do is get close to the circle, and it's enough. I'm kind of glad we're using the tank, to be fair. It is frustrating, yeah. That's why I say it's one of those games we either like or you don't like, and I think it all depends on how you play and your play style. You know, if you're quite relaxed when it comes to gaming, I think you'll enjoy it. I think if you're one of those people with a very short temper when it comes to games, I think you'll struggle, because you do need to just keep pushing through sometimes on some of the harder bits. Whereas it's easy to just have a go and lose your temper over something when it goes wrong, which it inevitably does. Right, I don't know how we get into this one. Hang on, we've gone past the other one as well. I was hoping to drop down there, wasn't I? I've gone past it. This one, we're actually going to have to go down into that bottom bit, I think, to get to that one. To be fair, we can probably get through here. Looking at that. Let's turn this around. think we can get through. It looks quite crowded with junk and debris. What's happened is the sinkhole's opened up after they've mined the gas here. If I remember correctly, that was the story I think we were told. No! Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. That helped massively there. That post saved us. Right, we've done the second circle. We just need to get to the last one, which is just over there. But yeah, we rolled this vehicle, but luckily that post there stopped us. Luckily, there we go. Drove over the debris. All the concrete that's left after the sinkhole opened up. I'm guessing that's what this is. Concrete in the water. Come on. Can't give myself round. There we go. Come on. That's deeper than I expected actually. We're there though. Mission complete. Just gets a bit of land. Thanks for the like, that was much appreciated. Is it usable?
Okay, so it has no power right now, but it's still much better than if it had no power and was completely destroyed, right?
She's got a point.
Now you just need to get a backup transformer from the supply depot to the main power substation, and we've got ourselves some concrete. Oh,
and that will enable us to build concrete bridges as well.
To the concrete slabs facility, that will get us on the right track.
Perfect. I mean, it was difficult in terms of every few hundred meters there was a road blockage or bridge. Oh, really? Long time just to start doing missions. Okay, I can understand that. Once it was cleared and built, it wasn't that bad. Okay. So yeah, I think some people though will play it and not bother with a lot of stuff like that until they have to. Because some people don't enjoy that side of it. When you run out of fuel literally outside the gas station. Yeah, that's normally one of those times you start swearing, isn't it? Snow is a niche game. Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, I think it's for people that have a long piece of string rather than a short one. We've got to bring it. So we've just done complete the main mission to get to the concrete plant. We can see the mess it's in after the sinkholes opened up. So to get it back up and running, we need to bring a transformer from here and deliver it to here. Sounds simple enough, doesn't it? I know we're delivering it to the main substation. So the transformer needs delivering there. Which actually seems really simple, to be fair. Picked it up, deliver it, job done. We've also got restore the road, which is this road here. Again, doesn't seem too bad. And our vehicles for road construction aren't too far away. We've still got to explore areas of potential interest. There's 3 of those to explore in all different areas. I'm going to hold off on that for the minute, I think, to be honest. And power up the construction depot now. To power this up, we need to bring power. And the closest thing we can see so far from the construction depot is the main power substation there. So I would guess we need to put power this way. We'll also need power to the concrete slab facility. I wonder if that will power that from there with the generator. That says it's got power now, to be fair. It's my only concern is going across this road. In fact, we can't go across the road, because it will stop us. We'll have to go across here and this way, because it won't allow us to go on the road, over roads anyway. We're laying the cable. The annoying thing is we're going to have to go across these little roads, which potentially could be used. Okay. I think first and foremost, let's do the road, as our road vehicles are just here from this road, not far away. So I think we do the road first. And then we'll have a look at maybe the transformer as well, and then potentially get the construction depot back, depending on what it wants us to do next. I've got a feeling once we pound the concrete plant, it will want us to do a convoy, hence why I think the road should be done first. I just got that feeling that's what it'll want us to do, to properly restore it. I think it'll want us to do a convoy. So I think having the road done first is good. We haven't got too far to go, luckily. Is there a quarry nearby? It's one thing I've not looked at to see if there's a quarry nearby. To be fair. Right, we're turning left here anyway. Is there a... there's not one visible. Okay, so that quarry that we've got over here, the sandpit, does reach for this whole road. So that's okay then. My concern was there wasn't one close enough and we'd have an issue that way. But we're fine. But yeah, I know people that have given SnowRunner a good go and just haven't got into it. And it's mainly because they just lose their temper too quickly. Because the thing is, you start off with rubbish vehicles, with rubbish tyres, and it takes a little while before, you know, anything's usable. The GMC, biggest example of that, the GMC. I've gone the wrong way here. No, I am going. I keep thinking I'm going the wrong way for some reason. GMC is rubbish until you get better tyres on it. Until then, it's nearly unusable. And I think it's one of those things. If you get through Michigan, you'll probably enjoy the rest of the game. If you get stuck in Michigan and that makes you not enjoy it, you're not going to go any further, are you? That's the thing. Right, let's reverse back into that box there. So that's the way we're going to go. Nighthawk, good morning. How are you? Long time no see. How are you doing? How is everything? Hope your family's well. Okay, let's get this road. We can start the road being built. We'll get the vehicle off and running, and we'll bring the other vehicles across while it's laying sand for us. We want our grader just there. We'll load the other two up on our trailer, because it makes life a bit easier because they are a bit slower than these other vehicles. But we haven't got fire. It's only 459 metres away to where we're actually building the road. It doesn't fire at all. But yeah, while the sand's being laid, we'll try and get everything else over there. As I say, I think there'll be a case of a convoy once the road's done. Good, good. Glad to hear you're not bad. Everyone else okay as well, Nighthawk? I do want there to be another vehicle like this one. Just because this is the only grader that we've really used. There are other vehicles that have a grader on the front, but they're more for other jobs. I'd like another version of this, just a different tyre. I think there is one when we level up, actually. We need to have another look in the shop at some point to see. But I think there is another one of these, but only when you level up. Or DLC, one of the two. Which we won't touch DLC until we're there. Which is only 2 maps away, though. The orange harvest. Oh, the oranges on trees. Oh, she's watching, is she? Well, good morning to Chloe. I hope she's well. Whoa! The only problem with this and driving it with the boom so high, it can become unstable. But it's the only way it drives, to be fair. You just pre-ordered Ghost of Yotai, did you, LVs? Nice. Like I say, we did a vote and the vote said we're doing it about a month later so we don't ruin the story. So we've got to hold off a little bit till we can do Ghost of Yotai. I don't mind waiting though. We've got other things we need to be finishing off anyway, to be fair. It does look, I've not seen too much. What I have seen was it looks beautiful. And I think it will be very much something that is probably going to be one of the most beautiful games ever made by the end of it. But I'm going to stick to the right side because we want to make this as wide as possible, as we always try to. We'll come back on ourselves and do the other side and make that as wide as well. I know you're good, Elvis. I know you won't. That's why I did the vote, and that's why I don't mind waiting to play games on release. You know, a lot of people, I get criticised for not playing certain games on release. When we don't do them, people have a go and say, well, you're not going to have an audience. You're not going to get people watching because it's been out too long. It's just, oh, and as I say, I'd rather not ruin the story for people. I'd rather people enjoyed the story themselves first. And if it means we don't get the viewers because people already played it, so be it. I'm still going to play what I enjoy playing. at the end of the day. Even if other people have played it first. There are games we do on release, but normally you guys vote for that. Or it's something I really want to play. Then I just do it. But generally we vote for it. Game of the Year contender. I see. I won't say that. It's too early yet. Until I've physically played it, I won't give an opinion. Because you can't say that without playing it. That's the thing. But I think if all goes well, yes, it'll be up there. That's the thing. Although, will this boycott now stop it winning? If that's what people are planning on doing. That's the thing. Right, that's the road, the sand levelled out. Move this to one side. Okay, we need to bring our asphalt layer and our roller over. I could drive the asphalt layer, to be fair. It's not far to go, is it? Or we load them up. I think it'll take too long to drive the asphalt, to be honest. Let's load them up. I think that is a better option. The rollers, this roller is the new one. It is a lot quicker than the previous. Again, we could drive it quite happily. But I think we're probably asking for trouble if we try and drive the asphalt layer. Because it can be so unpredictable on roads that are slightly uneven. So I think we're better off loading them up and doing it that way. I think that is the go-to way of using both these two vehicles. The roads, to be fair. Especially now you can strap them down. Before you couldn't strap them down, so it's kind of pointless loading them on anything. Now you can strap them. It makes complete sense. And yeah, this is quite a slow vehicle when it comes to driving anyway. Plus it can be very temperamental. This is the better version of the two asphalt layers we have the option of currently. I haven't looked to see if there's any others at higher levels, to be fair. I don't even know what... The thing is, you do gain levels in this, so XP from completing missions. It doesn't really tell you about it. It doesn't show you when you've leveled up either. I know where you look to see it, but it doesn't tell you naturally. So it kind of makes you think the leveling isn't very important. A little bit more forward. Come on. There you go. But yet you need certain levels to unlock new vehicles. Strap the cargo down and we can toggle our ramp. Oh, that's the engine's not on it. There we go. Ramp is coming up. The only thing I don't like about this is we're reversing it. As Nighthawk knows very well, I'm not very good at reversing these long trailers. We nearly messed that up, to be fair, but I think we've got it. There we go. Still think this needs a boost in power. Heavy transporter needs a boost in power because it just doesn't have the oomph it should have when it's loaded. And yes, I know the roller and asphalt layer are very, very heavy. But I wonder how much this can carry, because there will be a weight limit on it. I wonder how much it can actually carry. Because I wonder if the roller and the asphalt layer are probably too heavy for it. Hence why the lack of power is easily seen, like now. Although it does keep going, to be fair. Or maybe it's the speed it should be going at and I'm just expecting to go quicker. But it does get the job done. But yeah, we do. I probably should have a look to see if there is another asphalt layer. There's two I've seen in game and we've got both of them, and the one on the back is the better one. Same as the roller, that's the second roller, which was added recently in the new update, I think. Either that or was unlocked via level. But yeah, I need to check what level we are, to be fair. And I don't know what max level is either. We have got plenty of money to buy a new vehicle, so when next job we have, I'll have a look see if there's a different option. Even if the stats say it's worse than what we have, I do like trying to change and use different vehicles where we can. But there isn't as many options for all the different types in this. compared to, I don't normally compare things, but compared to SnowRunner, let's say, there's a lot more choice there than there is in this. But, oh, a massive thank you to everyone who's watched the new SnowRunner video that went live on Saturday. I know it's not been on the channel for a little while. I know, you know, summer holidays, we couldn't get any episode of content out really, and with the drowsiness causing massive issues, it kind of went to the wayside a little bit. But I'm glad it's back. I was focused on getting it back as soon as we could, and a massive thank you to all the time messages over it as well. It's very much appreciated. It is a series I really enjoy playing, and it annoys me when we can't play it as much and record it and get it out there as much. But yeah, it's definitely something that we going on in the channel for a very long time to come, to be fair. We are stuck. Low gear. It's moving. Yeah, there we go. My plan at some point, probably when we finish something else episodically, is to probably do expeditions episodically as well. I was going to wait until we finish SnowRunner, but we will never finish SnowRunner. It's going to take a very long time. So I think I'm better off, if I want to play it, I think I'm better off just doing it, in all honesty. Right, toggle ramp, unstrapped cargo. Let's get this road done. Asphalt layer off first. The game will do like we did with the grader. We're going to do it both ways, so we get a wider road as much as possible. I know you were one of the people that requested it and was and wanted it back. Like I say, I'm glad it's back. It's one of the games that I really thoroughly enjoy. That's why it was a focus to get it back. It takes the longest to record, the longest to edit, but actually it's probably one of the most enjoyable games that I play currently. Although we do enjoy everything. But it's one of those that, I don't know, it's something I want to keep persevering and do. And I know it's going to take a very long time to get it done. But I miss not playing it. That's the thing. When I'm not playing it, I miss it. I do miss playing it. Come on. It wants to go more straight than I want it to. Okay, we may not get this very wide, to be fair. Although this is wider than the other asphalt layer, so maybe I'm trying to go too much to the side with this, but I don't need to, as it is slightly wider. It's slightly wider anyway. Although it does like going to the side sometimes. Yeah, because this layer is slightly wider, maybe I don't need to do 2 runs with this, compared to the old asphalt layer where we did need to do 2 runs. Just going backwards, we did move a little bit there, miss a bit. But yeah, maybe we don't need 2 runs with this anymore because it is wider. And the road, whenever you do the road, it will always leave a little bit unrolled once you're done anyway. So maybe, come on, because I'm trying to move it slightly to the left and it doesn't like it. They can be quite very temperamental, these asphalt layers, both of them the same. They get really fiddly and temperamental. Right, messed that corner up massively there. Right, let's try and go back and just do the other side. Yeah, I think maybe we don't need to do 2 runs with the asphalt layer in future. I think 1 is probably enough now because of how wide it's laying compared to the other. One of the other games, yeah, exactly. When I'm sat there and I'm working out my plan for the week in terms of recording, editing. Thanks for the like for the miles, much appreciated. SnowRunner is always at the forefront, but then obviously I can't just record SnowRunner because other things we've got going on. But yeah, what I was saying about expeditions is I think we're going to end up just doing it on the channel and not waiting to finish SnowRunner, because SnowRunner is going to be going forever, especially while they keep adding more DLC. So, and sometimes I aim for half-an-hour episodes, although sometimes they do on for an hour. I don't try not to do more than half an hour where possible. This does limit, obviously, how much you can get done in that time. But I think people's attention span people don't really enjoy watching things for an hour. So I try and keep it less than. But it does limit how much you can get done in an episode. Obviously, each map has so many missions. Missed another bit there. This is really not liking some of this road layout. And this won't fit through that gap while it's laying, I don't think either. No, just squeeze it through as I pressed it in time. Right, let's move this over here. So the roller's next. We'll roll this road out, and then we'll do 2 runs on the roller. Although this is wide as well, actually, thinking about it. So we may not need 2 runs. Again, we'll have a look. It's because we're so used to doing 2 runs of everything. I may not need to now we've got some wider equipment. This again is wider than the other roller we had. Only has 1 roller instead of the 2 as well. It's quicker. A lot quicker. You want to play every game times where there's space, so great. Never play snowball. That is the thing, isn't it? I have to be careful how I work myself out for the week and try and work out what I'm doing, because otherwise I will just focus on one thing. We can't do that. We need to have a look at all the other things we have going on. I think if I wasn't recording SnowRunner and I wasn't, you know, doing YouTube, we missed a bit at the start there. Look at that. That should be okay though. That's annoying. I didn't realise we missed that bit. If we didn't do YouTube, I probably would just crack on with SnowRunner every day. Whenever there was time to game, it probably would just be SnowRunner, to be honest. Right, we will do 2 runs. We're not quite wide enough to do this fully, so we will do 2 runs. I can keep this to the right. Finished over the year 2015. Oh really? Wow. Yeah, that's a while, isn't it? 2015. Okay. Well, we'll try and get more than 1 mission an episode where possible. That's mad. That's one hell of a calculation. Yeah, we're definitely going to do expeditions then at some point. Even though we have SnowRunner on the go as well. I was going to wait till SnowRunner was done because they're very similar games. Although there is a big difference as well at the same time as being similar. Need to reverse that a little bit. That corner. It's got a little bit haywire. It's better. So we will do expeditions as episodically at some point when we finish other things. Because it's something I've really wanted to play for ages, but we just can't get. I wasn't going to do it while SnowRunner was on the go. But that SnowRunner's probably going to take us to 2050 from LB's calculation. We better start expeditions before we finish it. Thanks for the like, otherwise much appreciated. I haven't checked this like yet, but I'm expecting some after the conversations this morning. I was looking ahead as well at what games are due to come out for the rest of the year, because we're in that period where we do get quite a lot of games come out in this kind of months. Especially October, November is quite generally good for gaming in terms of releases. And there isn't really anything I'm looking at other than Ghost of Yotai, which obviously we're going to wait on after the recent vote. It should be road complete here. No, it's not completed yet. There's obviously a bit missing at the start then maybe. There's nothing else I can really see that I look at and go, really want to play that. Which is a little bit disappointing. I thought there'd be quite a few things we'd look at and go, actually, that looks pretty good. Obviously, me personally, away from the channel, the new Football Manager is coming out. And also the new Pokemon is coming out, which me and the boy will be playing. That is the road complete. I just had a thought. I didn't actually turn that on. That must have already been automatically on or something, because I didn't actually press that on. Like, they added a feature where you have to actually turn the roller on there. I didn't do it. And I wouldn't expect it still to be on, to be fair. Yeah, see, I don't play Battlefield or Call of Duty, do I? Silent Hill, I've never played Silent Hill either, to be fair. I know a few people have asked about Borderlands recently. It's something I've never played. I need to have a look at the earlier games, see if we can play those first. I don't know if the story follows on. But we'll put that to the vote when we get round to having another main live stream game. Also, Dying Light the Beast, which is the 3rd game. That's out shortly, I believe. That's something else we can add to the vote as well. This list of games is getting longer and longer. We're never going to complete it, are we? Right. I think we power up the Construction Depo next. Although that mission was first. Let's do the mission that's first. I wasn't going to, but I think we will. We have a scout vehicle. That's not a scout vehicle, it's a tree car, isn't it? So we've got 3 areas of interest to go and have a look at. I can't guarantee we can get to all of them now. We'll have a look and see if we can get close. We only need to get to the circle, to be fair. In fact, saying that, can my tree cutter get there? This is the crayfish, our tree cutter, which I really enjoy driving and using. Although it's about to fall over. I'm going to see if we can get this to that first point of interest, because it isn't far to go from where this was. The only downside is the rocks paid to my plan. It just saves getting another scout vehicle out just to go here when there's a vehicle nearby. May even just be able to go inside the tunnel a little bit, to be fair. It may recognise that has been there. Because all we're going to... Oh no, it says find object. I didn't see that. We've got to find an object. So just going in the circle isn't enough, I don't think, on this one. Like it was previously. Have a look. No. No, we're going to have to scan for an object at each location, and so it has to be a scout vehicle. That was me trying to be a little bit clever about it, to be fair. But yeah, Dying Like the Beast, it looks interesting. Obviously, the new Mafia game we haven't done on the channel yet. We've done the other 3 games. We've done the other 3 games on the channel previously. All episodically. Need a new vehicle. These are both out at the minute, so we'll pick something else. Let's go for the links. Yeah, let's go for the links. So we're going to send the links to that tunnel location and see if we can find that object and get that first one done, and then we'll see if we can use the links again or something closer. You haven't played the 2 previous, have you not? We've done them live on the channel, to be fair. So I mean, there's so much going on. We still need to do the DLC, the Star Wars Outlaws, the new DLC for that one that's been out a little while now. The first DLC was poor because it was so short. I don't know if this is any better, but because we've got the option to do it, I want to do it because it's one of those games we've already started. We've done everything else on the game, so to do the DLC will finish it off for us. Right, I don't think scanning from here is going to give us the object. No, but we do need to go up. I chose this vehicle, the links, for this because I think with the big tyres it's going to be able to get through the rocks, to be fair, compared to other vehicles. I thought the big tyres would be helpful. So we're looking for an object in this location. It's meant to...
Hey, feel like something different? I have a request from a bunch of scientists. Sounds like they're on the lookout for things to dig up. They want you to check out a few areas where some relics of the past could be hidden. Nothing wrong with helping out science for a quick change of pace, I guess.
So it's the scientists who want us to find these relics. Anything show up? Nope. I don't quite know what we're looking for. I think scanning is the only way of finding this. But yeah, I don't quite know what we're looking for here. It's just some sort of object. How big? It's actually quite a big radius. Okay, we need to get into this top bit then, don't we, I think? Which is it to the right? Yes, straight. We want to be going that way, by looks of things. So we do need to be a little bit careful of the rocks. I know we've got big tyres and we'll get over them fairly easily. It's whether it don't want us to roll because of it. That's the thing. Unfortunately, unlike SnowRunner, we don't have automated winches. Would be handy though. Just on scout vehicles, I do have a tendency to roll them. Up the hill. Nice. Okay. Anything here? That is cleared. We'll go and see what the object is. It's there. Whatever that yellow object, I'm guessing, is what we're looking for. We'll go and have a look at it since we found it. But scanning does clear the mission at least, or that part of it. What is the object? That there is the object, I believe. I'm not too sure exactly what it is, to be honest. But it's also yellow, which I think means we can sell it, essentially. Let's have a look. We go here, normally. I don't know, maybe not. It was yellow a minute ago, but maybe that's because we just found it. But there we go, the first relic is found. So the second one is over here. Do we stay with the links? That's a bit... I think we can get down there. And then we need to go... There's a waterfall there. There's two waterfalls. Potentially up there. I don't know how if we can actually get up that way. To be fair. I think we stay in the links for the minute. And we go across here. And get down here and just see if we can find it with the links. As we are, I think. Without swapping vehicles just yet. But one object out of 3 found. Hopefully we'll get the others. Yeah, Dying Light, they're really enjoyable games to be fair. It's slightly different than what we normally do. But I did enjoy them. The new one looks interesting because of the way the story develops. From what I've heard and seen. Try to stay away from most things, but I've heard bits and pieces. But yeah, we need to do, there's so much we need to do. It's time, isn't it? That's the thing. And because obviously school holidays affect the channel badly, we lose quite a bit of time, and because I'm still struggling in the afternoons and evenings. Although in the evenings now, I have been playing a little bit just to see how I do. At the minute I've been playing DayZ. It was free on PlayStation Plus recently, so I thought I'd give it a go. Not normally my kind of thing to be fair, but actually really enjoying it. I'm only playing for like the odd hour every night or two. But yeah, so far I'm really enjoying it. Sometimes it does help when you give games you wouldn't normally play a go sometimes. I am pleasantly surprised no end of times because I give something a go that we wouldn't normally play and then thoroughly enjoy it. You guys have been part of that with the voting as well, to be fair, because you've requested a game, we put it on the vote, and then once you've played it, you've really enjoyed it, and I wouldn't have played it otherwise. Okay, I think I can get to the top of the... can I get to the top of the waterfalls up there? Potentially. That's there. I know, I don't think I can get to that higher bit, actually. The waterfalls are behind that, aren't they? Yeah. I thought I could get up to here. Maybe. If I go up, what's the betting it's on the bottom? This relic we're looking for. Depends on that join. I think there's potential. I think we go up. I've got a feeling I'm going to make the wrong decision here, though. I think this keeps us on top of the waterfall, which would be my guess of where the object is. Although, would it be at the bottom of the waterfall? Potentially. Although, if we search and the search area is close enough, it will still show up. So we don't actually have to be dead on the object. We just need to have the search for it with a scanner. Well, that was a bit bigger drop than I expected. We're through though. Right, this is the start of the area we're searching. The waterfalls are just starting here as well. First scan. Have a look where we are. So we're right here at the top. It could be down here, and we've gone the wrong way, and we should have gone down first. But we'll start up top. Can I get across the water though? Is my next question. I don't think it's too deep. It's whether we can actually cross it without causing ourselves an issue. No, actually, the rocks aren't too bad there. Slowly does it. And then power to get out the other side. Power! I've got myself beached on a rock. Power half worked. Power! There we go. Okay, we're over. Still no second object. Have we made a mistake and not should have gone down first is the question. Oh, how far? Oh, it's still miles in. There's a big search area, this one. Right, we need to go this way then to see if there's anything over here. The scan doesn't quite go to the edge. Right, that's the edge, gone as far as we can. Okay, nothing showing up yet. I think I need to go down here, don't I? And across to there. I think a scan would have told us if it's up there, and I don't think it is. Yeah, a scan would have told us. So we've got to go down here. I'm being careful because I don't want to roll this over, because it'll take a while to get it, either get it back here after recovering or get something else here. The water looks pretty deep though. Terrain scanner is all well and good, but as soon as you hit the water, it doesn't really tell you anything. It does look deep. That does look really deep there. I think we're going to try and go through the trees and do these little bits here to get across. I think our object's going to be up here. Looking at that plinth, that looks like there should be a building of religious significance, something like that. I reckon our object's there. Because looking based on the one we've already found, I think it's up there. It could be that potentially, or that. And I think it's up there. So we need to get across this river, but that's going to be too deep there. There's not too many trees there. I don't know if we can get through. Can we get through the trees? Can we knock them over? Pure power. Can. Pure power. I don't know how deep it is, although I can't. Although we have managed to push the trees over. There we go, that's what I wanted to do. Over the other side. Wasn't too deep. We're okay. Haven't found it yet. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's not up there. Or we're not close enough with the scanner, maybe. Come on, tree. No, it's gone now. I reckon it's up there. Yeah, I think it is. I don't think the scan was close enough. We found it. It says found. Is it the same object? Is there anything yellow in the circle? No. So the last one showed up as yellow, but now it won't actually go on the object. I think it's that the same object we found in the previous place is one of those on the left. So we're looking for that again. One more location to go and check. It's over there. We haven't been that way. I'm going to see if we can go round this ledge here, but there's no guarantee it will work. Because we haven't uncovered that part of the map, so I don't know how doable that is. Across the water again here by the looks of things. Although on the map it looks quite shallow, in person it doesn't. But the map can be quite deceiving sometimes. Although that does look quite shallow there. There's a lot of rocks. Let's go that way then. Obviously you don't want to drown the vehicle. The big tyres do help. Okay, looks to be a way over there, doesn't it? So I think we need to go that way. I was going to leave this mission a little while, but because we've had it on longer than the other missions, it makes sense to do it. It's still going the same way. Yeah. Don't know if we can get there from this way. It still goes round. Well, it still has a route for us to go. We'll keep going. Oh, yeah, we can go down there. It's not too bad. Been rocky again as well. Thank you for the like, but it was much appreciated. I should reach at this light, shouldn't I, for earlier on. Right, just keep following this round, I think. I don't think we've got much choice at this point. At least we're opening up more of the map as well. I think a lot of this area we're seeing now, looking for these objects, I don't think we'll actually utilise mission-wise. Unless it's, hopefully it doesn't say come and bring the objects back. Because that would be a pain. Because of where they are. Well, I suppose we drag them out with us, but there's an object of historical significance. You don't want us dragging it out of a scout vehicle, do you really? Right, let's have a look. So that's the circle there we need to look at. We don't know how we're getting up there yet. We need to cross another bit of water and see if we can find a way up. How deep is that water? It's fast flowing, I can say that. It does look fairly deep though, doesn't it? Whoa. I'm going to go nose in as well, which will make it deeper for us. The engine will be submerged, I think. That is extremely deep. I don't know if I want to go across that way. It's really deep. I wonder if these rocks on this edge are better. Obviously, we drowned the vehicle. It's not usable anymore, and we'll have to recover it. I don't really want to do that when we're quite close to where we're going. I thought we could try there, to be fair. Trying to keep the nose of the vehicle out of the water as long as we can. There we go, we're over. Okay. I think we already found the object. No, maybe not. This looks similar to the kind of area we found the last one. It's actually out of the search zone. I think there's a way up over there though. By the looks of it, to the left. Right, we're in the search area. I think we need to go up there though to have a proper look. I thought that next to us was actually going to be where it was, as it looked like a building had been there. This bit here, but it's outside the search area, so it's not there. I don't think there's a way up over there. Yeah, we've got to go left. It's a tricky one. Well, it should be shallow enough to travel up. That's the only way up that we can see. How are we looking? Yeah, that's actually not too bad. A little worse than what it was, I think. Don't have a scan so we can see anything. If we're looking for something similar, I think we'll find it in a similar kind of ruins. That's the thing. Should I have gone up? I don't think I should have gone up there, should I? No, but just keep going. There's a big old waterfall there, which means somehow we need to get up here. Ah, could it be over here? That looks a similar type of ruins as before. I think it's there. That is very similar to before, isn't it? I'm really hoping it doesn't say bring them back. Is it there? That's the same object. That has got to be it. Object found. That is mission complete. I thought Kelly was going to say something, she didn't. At least we've found all 3 objects. That mission is done. Amazingly, no dislikes from what I said earlier. Maybe cancel culture isn't really alive. Anyway, Transformer is the main thing to do, and also power to construction. Let's do Transformer first, as we got the mission first. So Transformer's here, and we're going to get it to the main power substation over here. We may still have to put a cable in anyway, I'm not sure. We may have to. I think there'll be a convoy as well to add on to this once we've done Transformer. Now, Transformer's fairly big, so we need something that can carry the Transformer. I think the Voron is probably a better option, mainly because it's also got a crane, so we don't need to do 2 journeys. Although, if we could just take a heavy crane here, put it on the back of the big transporter, because we'll have to put it in place over here anyway. The problem is with Transformers, they're generally fairly big. In fact, we can see it if we go into here. And they don't really fit properly in the Voron or the Mule, and it becomes very tippy. Although the route doesn't seem that bad, but then again, the map can be deceiving. I think we get a big crane here, put it on the big transporter, drive it there, drop it off with a crane, rather than the Mule or anything doing it. I think that's probably the better way. Or do I just use the Voron? The Voron can take more weight. Let's do big crane. At least it's in that location anyway, because I've got a feeling we're going to need to do something with the concrete plant. Anyway, so let's just have a see if there's anything new crane-wise. that we haven't tried yet. The tracked compact crane. That's new. Is it a heavy type crane though, or small? So it can lift 10 tons and has an 8-meter boom length. I don't know how good that is. That looks like a tank, doesn't it? 4435, so it's pretty heavy. Compare that to the mule. So what can that lift? 10 tons with an 8-meter. 5 tons with 6 meters. The Voron, 5 and 6. Heavy mobile, 40 tons, 21. Okay, so it's not as big as the big cranes, the heavy cranes, but it's longer booming and can lift more than the two cargo cranes on a mule and Voron. That's a new one as well. The cargo grab crane truck. That's a mouthful. Only lift 2 tons, but it does have a cargo bed for 5 tons. Any other new ones? The tracked heavy crane, that's new. 35 tons with an 18.5 boom length. How does that compare to this one? 40 and 21. 35 and 18. So it's not as, can't carry as much weight or go as far as the heavy crane. Isn't bad going though. 5145 heavy. So we've got a couple of cranes we've not used before. The track compact crane is definitely interesting. I don't know how much the transformer's going to weigh though, so I don't think that's a good option. I think we try the tracked heavy crane. There is a grab crane here as well, but I think we go for the tracked heavy crane. Give that one a go. Something we've not used. It may be a little bit slow to be fair. What's the stats? 5-1. Yeah, so it's going to be slow because it's mobility 1, I would say. 5145. Heavy mobile. 4355. And there is another heavy. Is that the only heavy crane? The Zilks. We've got 2. And the EPEC. One of these is better than the other. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's the EPEC is the better. Let's try the track. It may take us a bit longer to get there, but let's give it a go. As it is something new we haven't used. It's not DLC either, which is always good. And it's nice to use something different. This to me looks like it's more likely to tip over when we're in a location using it. To be fair, it looks like it's that kind of... Although maybe the weight's more on the back, so maybe not. Speed-wise, let's see how it goes. It's not too far a journey to go and get this transformer, but it's going to be a bit slower than we could have done it, I suppose, with the heavy cranes, as they are quicker. Their mobility is better. But it's nice to have something different to use. And tracks are generally really good on sand, we've found previously. So this may be better for the sand anyway. What we've found in the past. But we'll put this transformer in a heavy transporter, drive it over, drive this over as well, maybe able to put it on the back of the heavy transporter and take it along with at the same time. That wouldn't be a bad shout, to be fair. If we can get this loaded on, I know it's going to weigh a lot, but if heavy transport can take the transformer and this, that would save us a bit of time. But it's just nice to use something different, I think. It's so easy to use the same vehicle over and over again, but I do like to try and change up what we're using. But yeah, can lift slightly less, and the boom length is slightly shorter than the heavy cranes, but it still lifts a lot more than the other things. I do want to try the crane that looks like a tank. I do want to give that a go at some point. The actual smaller cranes we have, the mobile cranes, are rubbish. We've just liked using them since we started. They just can't lift much. They're not very manoeuvrable, so we don't really use them anymore. There's always other options. And normally the mule or the Voron recently are better because they can also carry whatever to pick it up. But as I know, the transformers are generally very big, cause issues when you put them in the mule and Voron. Although the Voron may do better because it can carry more than the mule. I don't think we've done a transformer and a Voron before, as the Voron's a new vehicle. It may actually be okay compared to the Mule. The Mule is very unsteady and struggles with the weight and become very tippy. Because the Voron's got better stability generally anyway, and carry more weight. The Voron may be able to do a transformer better than the Mule can. So we may have to give that a try at some point. We'll hold off for the minute. So we're going to use our brand new road. It's not the fastest vehicle we've got, I must admit. Handles the terrain pretty well though with the tracks. It's not the slowest vehicle either, I would say, to be fair. Does it have anchors? I don't think it does have anchors, does it? Crane functions. No, it's got no anchors. So there must be a lot of weight on the back end to stop it falling forwards. There's no anchors to use. Interesting. Right, we're just going to go to the right, and then we'll cut it through the orange grove, and then we're there. That's what I was saying the other day as well. Friday morning when we started this map, Sojourn, I said about what were the big fields of oranges called, because obviously you've got vineyard is for grapes and you've got orchards, generally apples and pears. Oranges is a grove, but it is called something different. I did wonder. Doesn't like hills very much, but it's not stopping either. It slows down a little bit, but it's not stopping. I'd say if we can get this on the back of the heavy transporter alongside the transformer, that would be really handy. Right, we're just about there anyway, so we're going to see what this is like. Maybe we'd use this once and never use it again. That's the other thing. Liking turning there, is it? Because it's a bit bumpy. See how it handles the actual entrance, the construction depot, because it can be a bit difficult for some vehicles, as we've seen previously. The grader nearly fell over at this point. Although it is quite high because of the actual grading part. Okay, let's see how this does lifting this up. I'm curious to see how good this will be. We're there. There is no anchors. What I will do is move the heavy transporter back a little bit. I hate reversing this thing. I want to get it right near the front if we can, because we may be able to get the actual crane on the back. But looking at the width, maybe not. I'm not sure. I'm not tracking this yet, am I? No, track it. There we go. Right, let's see what this heavy crane can do. The brand new tracked heavy crane. Is it going to be any good, or is it going to be horrendously bad? I like the spin, to be fair. It's just going to be how it lifts this up. It's actually handling the weight pretty well, to be fair. A lot better than I was expecting it to. I thought it would struggle with the weight more than it is. Yeah, it's effortless. It can lift 35 tons, admittedly, but I wasn't sure. The big heavy cranes lift 40 tons. But it is effortless. It's a bit stiff, isn't it? Right, we need to come slightly this way. I don't think we're going to get this on the back as well. Right, it's on. Okay, can we get this on the back, or is it going to be too wide? Is the thinking. I think it may be too wide. I don't know. Let's have a look. Just because it will save us the job of driving it behind. We can get it on. We may have to move the crane. They are quite wide though. It's whether the heavy transporter can carry it. Whoa! Okay, lift crane up. There we go. Stop. We are off the back. Don't think it's going to work. We'll put the crane higher. Oh, maybe. There we go. I can't fold crane, admittedly. I don't want it too high though either. Right, let's see what happens. Can we first of all strap everything? We can. Okay, everything's strapped. The ramp is going up. Okay. Right, let's apply the it's moving. I've taken the handbrake off. It's still moving with the handbrake on. I think it's fairly heavy. We're going to go this way. If it becomes too difficult and it can't move, we'll take the crane off. But we've got to go out that way. It was moving even with the handbrake on a minute ago. Let's see how we do. Got to get out that gate. You can definitely tell it's heavy, but it's not too bad. You know, this thing isn't the most powerful anyway. It's the only one I think there is in the game that I've seen so far anyway. So yeah, we can tell it's heavy, but actually, that's not too bad. Oh, wheels off the ground there though. What was that for? Not sure why the wheels come off the ground there. But yeah, definitely tell this is heavy. I think if there's a big slope, this wouldn't make it up, in all honesty. I'm catching, I haven't done the turn, that's why. Catching the grader at the back there. I didn't take this wide enough. Always forget when driving these big trailers, you've got to take it wide, otherwise you won't make the corner. So glad that I've never driven one of these in real life. I would hit everything. There we go. Nice and wide. There, we can stay wide. Are we hitting them again? No, it's the rocks, isn't it? Low range? It's the rocks that are stopping us moving, I think. The weight, of course, as well. Yeah, our back wheels aren't aren't actually on the road. They're up in the air. Okay, maybe the heavy crane shouldn't be on the back of this. Give it one more push and see if we can get over. May have to get rid of them rocks, I think, as well. I think it's more because our wheels are coming off the road like that. I think that's more the issue than actually the rocks themselves. I don't know if we can get grip over this side. But if not, we'll swap out and we'll take the crane off. Can we get grip over here? Right. No, we're going to have to get the crane off, I think. There's too much weight on the back of the vehicle. Right, I'm even handbrake on and it's still moving down the slope. There we go, stop now. Okay. We will take off the heavy crane, we'll drive it separately in a second. We tried. Unfortunately, it is just too heavy, which was potentially always going to be the case. So we'll drive this separately over. I should have just held it down and like that. There we go. Strap cargo, ramp, take off low range. I think we're fine. Yeah, wheels are back on the floor. I think if it was a straight run, potentially we could do it. But I think because of the weight on the back, there's just no weight. But we didn't know until we tried. We haven't got far to drive it anyway, so it's not too bad. At some point, I think we're going to get that bridge opened. That's already there, and that'll be a way across. We want to go right here, although that bit looks really dodgy, hence why we didn't go over it. Oh no, actually it doesn't look as bad as I first thought. Maybe I didn't see it as a road, because the road itself doesn't, it's just sand. Could be why. I thought for a minute I'd seen it, but I don't think I did. Right, let's get the transformer there, then we bring the track crane across. I think the track crane will be fine if it doesn't have to move too far. And we can use it in situ, maybe at like the concrete factory. I think will be quite handy for it, to be honest. I think it might work quite well there. Whereas, I think the heavy cranes probably will be better, just because they're quicker to get to where you want them to go. Right, I need to leave room for the actual crane to get in. So we haven't got to take the crane far, to be fair, which is good because it's not extremely fast. We're going to be going this way. If we have to get a convoy, we'll get the grader to clear these small rocks out of the way, because I think we'll have to get anything through there, convoy-wise. Haven't had many convoys yet on this map. We did one quite early on, and that's it. I'm guessing there'll be some to come. But yeah, not the fastest, but does actually handle quite well. Tank crane is definitely one we need to try soon as well, I think. That looks very interesting. Especially if you go over rough terrain. I think that'd be quite handy to have something like that over really rough terrain as well. I bet this is 5 weight, because we were saying the weight on the back of the heavy transporter. I think this was 5 for weight, which is maximum, and that was why the wheels were off the floor. If we put it on first instead of the transformer, maybe put the weight at the front of the vehicle of the heavy transporter, maybe it would have been okay. But I wonder if actually carrying something with this is easier as well, whereas the others tend to tip. I wonder. I think let's give that a try, because I wonder if this is what it's more based for, so it can be used whilst moving. Because it picked up the transformer with ease. Look at that, no issues at all. My thinking is, I wonder if we can drive at the same time. Yeah, look, we're not tipping at all. So this can be used more for actually manoeuvring once you've got something in the air. It actually handles that really well. That's quite handy. There are situations where you've got something you need to deliver, but you can't quite get in there easily with what you're delivering with. So that's quite handy to use, to be fair. Right, that is the transformer dump.
I hope you didn't think that transformer would be enough to power up the concrete slab facility.
I didn't know.
Certainly did. And I was wrong.
No, I didn't think it would.
Cable should do the job, though.
Yeah, there we go.
Somebody has to be optimistic around here, right?
I did say I thought there was more to it, and there is. It needs power, and we have to bring it via cable. We have 2 missions to do. They're not both in the same thing. I don't know. Would I mess the game up if I did both at once? Because my thinking is, we get our cable layer to here, or the edge of it, wherever we can be. We've got to go this way. Although we won't be able to go across there, will we? So we're going to have to come across this way, and then along the side of the road. I don't really want to be on the road if we can avoid it. Potentially we can cross over, but it can cause bumps. And my thinking was to get that to there, and then potentially, I think, bring that to there, to be fair. So yeah, I think we do Construction Depo first, and then concrete after, because our cable layer will be in the right place anyway. So we might as well do the one that's first. For that, we need to go back to the garage, and we're going to have to bring our cable layer all the way over there, as we haven't got it nearby. Now again, I think there's only one cable layer. I don't know what they actually come under. Oh, there we go. The Vostek TK53. Is there anything else similar? Is the question. I don't think there will be. That's the Vostek MU97 Ant. That's a bridge layer. That's a bridge layer as well. So none of those two. Scalper, heavy transporter. Cable ladder, that's one we have. The crot. I didn't think ours was called the crop. It must be. No, so there's nothing else. There's another mobile operations base there. That's new. That's not DLC either. Look at that. The Warden Kosnik ATV. That does look better than the other one, to be fair. Resource storage access and recovery. What's the resource storage access? Does that mean we can deploy resources next to it as well? In fact, does the other one have that? I'm curious now what that actually means. Where's the other one? The other one's not showing up there, is it? I've got a feeling that our other one can't do what that one can. A cable. We've only got one cable ladder. There's no other cable ladder in the game, so we need to use that. I just want to check this. That says resources. So does that mean a mobile base that can actually deploy resources as well? Because that's handy if that's true. That's the one we have currently. Yes, that can only recover vehicles to it using our I don't know what they call it. It's not fuel anymore. It used to be fuel, but it's not anymore. But that can only recover. The other one can actually give us storage. So anything in storage, i.e., the wood, the metal beams, pipes, they can actually be brought into play via that mobile base, which is very, very different and new. So very interesting. Okay, we need the Vostek. That's our cable layer. We need to get it all the way to the construction depot to start with. I say all the way. It's not very slow. This once it gets going, this thing can really build some speed. It's just very, very quick to move. It's very, what's the word I'm after? Reactive to your input. So if you try and turn, it will turn quickly. So you've got to be a bit careful when driving it, especially once it gets speed up. But it does handle most terrain pretty easily, which is always good. But there's no other choice for cable laying. It's the only one in the game. I am interested in that mobile base now. I think actually being able to use it to pull out resources as well could be really handy. But it's a lot of money. It's 120,000, which is probably the most expensive vehicle we've seen so far. But I suppose what it can do, that's why it's so expensive. But we'll try and get it when we can, and try and utilise it where we can. A lot of these vehicles that have been added recently, although they're not DLC vehicles, we may find they're not optimised until you start the DLC. For some of them. I know the DLC ones themselves are intended for the DLC, but I wonder if some of the newer vehicles as well that aren't DLC would be more optimised on the DLC maps potentially. Or it's been there the whole time, it's not new, and we just weren't the right level to open it up till now. There is that. I meant to look at level, didn't I? Level 18. I don't know what max level is. Because it doesn't actually give you, it doesn't show you level very easily. It doesn't give you an option to view it, or it doesn't really tell you when you level up. Level never seems important other than unlocking more vehicles. I haven't looked in the shop what vehicles the last to be unlocked or what level, to be fair. We should do that at some point, because that would give us potentially max level. Okay. We head right here, and then it's a left, and then we're at the construction depot. Don't need to be massively close to it. We just need to see where the actual power circle comes to, and we can be on the edge of that. We need to try and avoid roads, and we can't go over any paved roads anyway. But we don't want to. We do want to avoid dirt roads where possible. Right, construction depot is coming up in a second. In fact, it's there. I don't want to go that way, or do I? Let's see how we are with it. There we go. It's actually got a very small circle, to be fair. I think we need to start kind of on this edge here. We're going to have to go through these trees. I'm hoping we can just knock them down. Otherwise, that's potentially something we're going to have to do and actually cut them all down. That means we're destroying their orange grove, to be fair, to actually do this. But I don't see we've got much option. We can't start in there because it's all concrete, so it won't lay cable anyway. So the only bit we can lay cable is this edge bit here. And that's avoiding the rocks and stuff. And then we're going to have to come across here. Okay. We'll all head left here then. I was going to practice knocking a tree down to see if we can. They look very thin, so I think we probably can knock them down by just driving into them. Potentially. But yeah, we're going to have to start. I don't want to go up to start this. We're going to stay down. We're going to have to be roughly there, aren't we? Or around there. Depends on these rocks. But yeah, we don't want to be up on the ledge. Let's head this way. We're going to knock some trees down. Yeah, they fall down easily. Okay. We are destroying their harvest, admittedly. We'll try and knock a few down as possible, but we won't have really much choice on the matter. Okay, let's just... Right, we're just outside the circle, so we do need to go back a bit here. We are heading, facing the kind of the rough direction we need to go in. We need to go back to get into that circle. Don't tell me we have to start up there. I really don't want to start up there. I wonder if this is close enough. It's kind of a weird angle. We may just be in it. Otherwise, we've got to come back here and lay this way. Let's see if we can. Not low gear. Cable. Okay, we are just in it. It won't lay there because of the rocks, I don't think. There we go. Come forward a little bit. Are we connected? We are. Okay, that is all connected. Pretty sure it's connected. It looks like it is. Oh, I don't know actually. I think it is. I won't know. It's a guess. Well, I've got to hope it is. Otherwise, it'll come all the way back just to link it up. But I think it is active. Right, we can miss some of the trees here. Okay, maybe not. Oh, it's the actual things behind us are going to knock the trees down. Right. Here we need to head left. There's a lot of rocks nearby we're going to be careful of. Why are we stuck? Oh, it's just a turn it's struggling with. Okay, we can't go on anything that's paved, so this little patch ahead of us here is where we want to be. We can get more to the left. It is fighting us on the turn. We're going to have to come across this bit over here. We can't go on where it's already laid. Tarmac. Cool, missed that. I'm trying to miss the post there. Really. I don't want to be on the road just because we will mess the road up. So we'll stay on the edge as far as we can. Managing to bulldoze our way through here. Let's just have a look where we are. So we're still going alongside the road, trying to stay off it where possible. We probably could. This bit here, I think we swap back across to this side and we go along here. Or do we? Yeah, we're going to have to because of the rocks there, I think. I think we can lay through that. Or maybe we... it's a question, isn't it? That power substation is actually quite a small area you can get to. How far we can lay a cable is probably through there, to be fair. Through the main entrance. Can't lay on any of that. We need to be on this left-hand side, I think. I think we come across here and head this way. I think that's our best route. Again, we've got to cross the road. Haven't got much choice in the matter. I think we'll be too... yeah, the rocks are too close to the road there. We won't actually get past. So we're going to turn here if we can. Once you knock the tree down. Oh, no, it won't break surface there. Doesn't like that. So we're going to go further forward, I think, here. Into where sand bit is. No, can't break surface. Okay. It's not liking that. I'm trying to see what's not liking that surface whatsoever. Go back to where it was fine, which is there. Is that happy there? No, once again stopping. Fine there. Now it's stopped again. It's not happy at all, is it? I can't see anything wrong with the surface there though. It's a little bit rocky. Not going to swap out. It's not going to come back on now, is it? Right. No, was nearly happy there. Delayed. It's not going to be happy here, I can see that. Okay, we may have to try and work this out. Okay, it's happy there. But that's got us across the road. And dug a big hole. We've got to try and get this bit joined. Try and do. Oh, I think is it that bit there it's not happy with. Yeah, I think it's that bit there. Right, I think that's joined by the looks of things. Oh, is it joined or is there a bit of a gap? I think there's a big rock there and I think that's the issue by the looks of things. Yeah, that's joined now, we should be okay there. Deactivate quickly. That is all joined up. I'm not happy with that big hole though, in the road to be fair. Hence why I switched it off quickly. I don't want to make that worse. We knew we had to cross the road though. Let's see if we fill that hole in as we go. Hopefully it does. Yeah, kind of. It filled it in. Enough. Right, we'll stay on this left hand side. Hopefully we can go all the way there now. Thank you for the like for the much appreciated. Again, another road. I try and stay off the roads where possible with this, because I know we damage it. But we don't have much choice in this one. Stopped again. Okay, didn't like that rocky surface. So if we go this way a little bit more, see if it carries on. The minute we turned right there, it really didn't like it. Let's swing around now. Yeah, I think it's okay now. A lot of rocky areas, that's the problem. And the cable layer's having a hard time trying to get to the right bit. What I'm hoping, bear with me a second, I got someone at the door. Hello, sorry about that. So I did say in the schedule that we had people come and do work on the house today. They're now here. They're an hour earlier than they should be. They're meant to be between 12 and 4. Currently, they're doing no noise. If the noise gets too bad, we will have to stop. Hopefully, we won't have to. Fingers crossed. I knew they'd come early. I just knew it. I did consider not streaming this morning to allow because I knew they were coming. But I thought, no, between 12 and 4 we should be fine. But I should have known. They're always going to be early. Just need more insulation in the back of the house. The insulation is no good. Right, we're going to see where we need to put this. I've got a feeling, because the rock's here, we need to try and work out where we go. I don't think it's going to let us. And potentially may let us go here. I think that's proper road there though, isn't it? Which means it won't let us lay cable there. I don't think. I'm going to have the same issue trying to do to the concrete factory, hence why I wanted to do this one first. Maybe we need to knock the fence down here and go in there. We'll go this way and see what it does. I've got a feeling it will stop us. We may need to go along there and potentially knock the fence down, although it's concrete. Actually, hang on. There is something. There's a hole in there. I don't know. This may not let us do what I think I want to do. We shall see. It's all going to depend on this bit here. We've got to go across this bit anyway, so this isn't a problem doing this bit. Not liking the surface grip-wise. This is where it's may potentially stop us. So far it's okay. I'm surprised. Right, would it let us in here? It has let us. Okay, I didn't think it would, to be fair. No, there we go. Can't break surface. I don't know. You can see why it's tarmac under there. What about this way? No. I think it's all tarmac. I don't think it's going to let us do any of that. Just going to try going more straight again and see if that does anything. But I think we're going to go around the side. Yeah. Not going to allow it. Annoyingly, we're putting a big hole in the ground there as well, which is a bit annoying. What I'm thinking is we go up here and come through there. We may need to move that out of the way. I don't even know if we fit through that fence, to be honest. Or we've got to come around this way. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. I don't think it's going to allow us to come in this way. It seems too easy to come in this way, to be fair. But we have to try. That would have been the better option for us. So we'll try and stay off the road here again and just go alongside. And hopefully we can get that. I think we may just go around to the top end and go in that way, to be honest. Rather than mess around trying to get through that gap, I think we'll just go all the way up. My hope is we'll join this with the concrete factory and it'll be a nice, quick and easy one to do then. Time will tell. They're not too far away, so hopefully we can use this cable to actually join concrete factory as well. Okay. Didn't like that, did it? It's because there's a big old rock there. Right, let's go back a bit there. Is it going to allow us there? Is it happy? It is happy. I think the rock was the problem there. Can be quite fiddly cable laying, that's the thing. Right, we'll try and get past the broken fence. Yeah, I think we'd have a hard time trying to get through that gap in all fairness. So we need to go round here to the right. And surely it will let us lay cable from that surface. As that's the only place we can go. Unless there's something further we haven't seen yet. I want to try and stay to one side if possible, just because I don't want to mess the road up too much. I need that back end in core on the fence. Just trying to keep off the road, but I think doing that with that fence is a problem. Going around a bit wider. Okay, That is mission complete. Okay, I thought Kelly was going to talk to us there, but she didn't. So that is the mission complete. We have now got the construction depot activated. We can now sell things and buy things there. I don't think we've still not sold a single item all game. I'm pretty sure we haven't. At some point we should really. So we need to get the concrete slabs facility now up and running. That is the main mission. So with that, we need to get easy this cable that we've got here to there. I had a feeling we'd be able to join that, and we can. Annoyingly, obviously we've got this bit here, but we have to try. So yeah, we need to come out and join this bit to this edge here, and that's really that complete. That's the only mission we've got on at the minute, so I'm curious to what comes next. I wonder if that enables us to use the bridge, because there is a big bridge to the other side that isn't active yet. The bridge is already there as well, but it's got a bridge that lowers down. So I'm curious to see if that's going to allow us to use that once this mission's done, or there may potentially be a convoy to get the plant up and running again first. Right, the generators come on. If you guys can hear the noise and it gets really bad, please let me know. Obviously I can hear it. My headphones are noise cancelling. Come on. But it will get loud once they start doing what they're doing. So just let me know if you guys can hear it, because if it becomes too bad, we'll have to stop early. Frustratingly. Right. Let's get around that metal. Lots of scrap metal laying all over the place. I don't think there's metal we can pick up either, to be fair. We're heading here. We're actually already there. That's where the join really helps. There we go, mission complete. I didn't mean to press the button. It means we missed it growing.
Finally,
my fault there.
Concrete rolling out by the truckload.
I tried to turn the machine off.
Would you believe it?
It would have shown it growing.
Finish with the construction here and move on to new, more exciting things. Just plan a route for the repair crews from the concrete facility to the river lock and get yourself across.
We just need to plan a route to get ourselves across. I'm annoyed at that. I pressed X to try and deactivate the cable layer at the wrong time, and we actually missed the growing part. I don't think we can go back and see that. No, there's no way to go back, is there? That's annoying. I wanted to see it grow. But it's my fault for trying to turn this off. So we now need to plan a route from the concrete slabs facility. Oh, we've now unlocked concrete bridges as well. So these wooden bridges we made early in game. Where are they? All the way over here. These wooden bridges. I don't think we can destroy them. Now we can do concrete. As the concrete bridges now unlocked because of the concrete facility. We need to remember we have got concrete slabs over here at the South Canyon Resort. If we need slabs, we don't necessarily need to make them yet. Use the ones over there. So we need to repair the river lock and open the way forward. So we just need to plot a convoy route. That's all we need to do from slabs to there. Depends where the start point is. Depends which way we do this. I do need to track the mission to get there. Where's the start point? Okay, start point is there. I think we're better off using our road here. We could even go through here, to be honest. Come down. We're getting to there. That's not too far. With our road built as well, I don't think that's too bad a journey. What I will do, first of all, though, is we need to move a vehicle out of the way. And that is not in the best position for doing this. But yeah, we can bring them down our road. In fact, I don't even think we need to go through the construction depot. I think we can probably avoid that. Anyway. Okay. So they're going to come out here. I don't really want to bring them that right hand side. I think we can come this way. Try and make sure we avoid our vehicles. Need to make sure they go through this fairly straight. And then we either follow this all the way to the bottom of through construction, let's have a quick look forward. To be fair, it's not bad conditions. That road isn't too bad. I think we follow down. I don't think there's any point going through. We've used this road ourselves. There are some rocks there. We might quickly jump in the grader while they're on their way to get rid of some of them rocks that they're going to face on the way. We're going to go over our cable laying there as well. Hopefully they won't have an issue. A lot of the convoys I find, generally, you set them out your first attempt and they either go really well or there's something really minor that's blocking it and you just got to deal with that. But there are some that become much more difficult than that. Generally, not too bad. So we'll dispatch vehicles. I'm going to quickly jump in the grader and try and get rid of some of the small rocks before they get there, because we know that potentially could be an issue. We may have time before they get here. They may just go straight over. It depends what the vehicle they're using as well. If they're using the Wayfarer, it potentially could be a problem for the rocks. If they're using anything else, it probably wouldn't be. Keep an eye on when they're coming. I don't want to get in their way either. That's those. They're not here yet. There's one more little bit I just want to quickly do before they get here if we can. But I'm actually not in their way because they will just smash straight into us as well. Might have to park them over this side with the rocks. They're going to smash into us. Yeah, move. Told you they were going to smash into us. They don't stop for anyone, these guys. They were not stopping, were they? Can I jump in? There we go. Right, this is the only mission we've got, so let's watch them get to where they wanted to go to. Hopefully there's no issues. And then they have a mission complete, and then we'll see what's next. So far, touch wood, Sojourn has been really simple to navigate, to do. We haven't really faced any problems, which worries me. And then the second part of this may become difficult. But so far, so good. Being the penultimate main game map as well, I did expect this to be a lot more difficult, but so far, it's been okay. I think we're making good progress as well. I think we started at 12% this morning. We've got another hour left of the stream. Be interested to see what percentage we get to come the end, to be honest. But that's where they're heading towards. No issues at all on the convoy, bar our grader being in the way when we try to remove some rocks. But other than that, no issues at all. That is mission complete. How many's in this convoy? I only thought the first two were there. What means there? 4. 4 in the convoy. And then hopefully this bridge then becomes lower. Is what I'm hoping. Last one going in. That is mission complete. Repair the river lock and open the way forward. Oh, I didn't realise we were rebuilding part of it. There we go. The first frontier. Taming the waters, open new paths ahead. Bridging the gap to recovery. Job done.
Maybe I was a bit too optimistic when I promised more exciting things. Still, they are new, so they can't be all that bad, right?
Depends what they are.
In fact, the harbor base is so new it needs fuel to function, so you'll have to drive a tanker there. Oh, and while you're at it, take the scenic route along the coast and check out the port and the Blue Water Yacht Club's pier.
There's a port as well.
Still there, we'll use them later to deliver stuff.
Okay, so a few things have opened up. This route still has rewards remaining. 2,900 experience and 6,000 in money. Per truck, 580 XP and 1,200 credits, dollars, pounds, whatever you want to call it, cash. So that's still a route that still needs to carry on its route to give us some more rewards. New missions then. Establish the next operating base at the harbour. Take a drive along the southern coast. Is a new, and that's the 2 main. Bridges is now showing up here. Why is this showing up? Already been there and checked those out. We might as well do the first one first. Let's get the new base. Oh wow, okay. We've got to deliver the vehicle, which is here, all the way there. It's a fuel tanker. We'll do that in a second. What's the southern coast? That's one location, and what's this location there? So it's actually the same place. So actually, opening that base up will give us one of those locations anyway. And we may still have to visit the second, depending. Obviously, we don't know what's that side of the map, so time will tell. But this is the one we're going to do. Deliver the vehicle. I'm guessing we're driving a fuel tanker. Wow, that's a big vehicle. We are driving a big fuel tanker. This, I believe, isn't necessarily a new vehicle, but I believe we can buy one of these. We go into garage quickly. Shop. Oh, there is a vehicle missing there, actually. Look at that. There is. Where's the Wayfarer? I believe this is a version of the Wayfarer. It's the only fuel tanker in the game. Although it was added, I thought the fuel tanker was added recently. Maybe not. If this mission exists, you'd expect. It means it's always been in the game, but we don't need it till now. Where are you? There we go. Fuel truck is there. It is the same. So that's the Wayfarer ST7050. Is the fuel truck we're driving. I've said all along, I hate the Wayfarer. It is horrible to drive. It struggles everywhere. Camera mode. Oh, okay, so you've got two cameras, one for the trailer, one for the front. I think the trailer's probably the better option, so we can see more, to be honest. Whereas the front, you're going to miss half the trailer. Well, I don't know, actually. Well, maybe back is better. See how we go. But yeah, I'm hoping this performs better than the Wayfarer itself, because the Wayfarer itself is horrendous. Why we don't use it. So we'll see how we go. Most of this though is pretty even roads. So far most of Sojourn has been pretty nice roads, bar a little bit of sand here and there and a few rocks. It's not been too bad, but will the other side be just as nice as this side? That's the big question. But at least having a base over there does help. We need concrete slabs at any point. We need to, and we can pick them up and take them. We don't have to go to a concrete facility straight away. There's another option. I do need to check where are we heading across here. So all the way to our road we did, and then okay. So we've got, it's quite a way to be fair. There's quite a big gap between our current base operations and the new one. I don't know what they're doing with the work they're doing on the house, but turn the generator off, so it's not actually noisy now. I was worried it was going to be far too noisy, but they're not actually making any noise. I probably was a little bit abrupt when I answered the door to him. He was asking how he gets to the back. Mainly because we're live and it's an hour early. But we'll go and talk to him once we're done. Okay. Very, very nice road. I will say this is driving better than the Wayfarer does. It's actually driving really nicely. Don't know if I am better off with the other camera though. Yeah, more rewards coming in from the infrastructure route we set up. The convoy. I think I'm better off with the back camera actually. Seems a bit weird driving that far forward. Obviously we can go... Can we go internal? We can go internal. I just missed the turning. No, we're coming to it now. We can go internal as well, but you definitely have a worse view if you're internal. Okay, over the bridge, onto the other side of the map that we've not been before. This is obviously all new. So what will we find? Will it be as nice as we've had, or will it be a lot worse is the question. Obviously we don't know which way to go either. Right, we've got left and right here. It's not even going to tell me there, is it? Annoyingly. Is that potential for a bridge there, potentially? Okay, obviously Southern Coast route, it does say there. Let's go right and see if that takes us near where we're going anyway. We're not necessarily going to that southern bit, but I want to see if we can get across from there. Because at the minute, there's no real way of telling. Hang on.
Nothing like an apocalyptic desert wasteland to get your imagination going, right? But don't get too carried away. You're there to get rid of the apocalyptic and wasteland parts, and maybe sign autographs for the grateful populace. But that's optional.
I don't think we'll be signing any autographs, to be fair. We'll keep following the road down this way. I'm hoping for a left turn more than anything else. Or it may do a loop. Definitely seems a lot more, she's right, wastelandy than we've had previously, to be fair. Although I would say there's not many sinkholes that we're seeing here. The concrete facility seems to be the worst in terms of sinkholes, to be honest. Are we following this along? There's telegraph poles, so we might as well follow those, to be fair, because they normally dictate life. Which I've got a feeling is going to be the southern point they wanted us to look at. I'm not yet to... there's another road going left there. Okay, we've got a road going left there. Again, it's not going to show too much. That's ahead of there. If we look ahead... If we go that way with the tanker, will we get stuck? Is the question. I think it's worth the risk, you know. Just to at least open it up a little bit. But I think the left turn there is to where we need to deliver this. I want to see if we can get to that viewpoint now. Because we can do the other one alongside this, I think. Okay, this hopefully not going to be a mistake. Left or right? Let's go left. Obviously we're going to need to turn round. Go back the other way, but... Got a feeling things are going to be delivered here by the looks of things. There's... Oh wow, okay, my controller's dying. I think... We had this the other day. I think this is my old controller, hence why it's dying. Right, that is one viewpoint found. I do need to quickly change controllers. We had this the other day. I think I've got two white controllers. There's no difference between the two of them. So I think I'm keep picking up the wrong one every day. That's why we're suddenly losing battery. It's quite an old controller. We also have a purple one as well, which is what we're going to swap to. So we've done the first viewpoint for the other mission. So that's helped us. I was hoping we could do both in one, as we know the other viewpoint is actually near where we're heading anyway. So that's made a difference. So we're now going to try and head that way. There is a bit of a route this way, which potentially could be a good way to go. But I think we're probably better off taking this road here, aren't we? I don't know. We'll have to see what that road looks like behind us. That is a hell of a pier, though. Quite a thin area. I've got a feeling we're going to be taking something from there, by the looks of things. The yellow door there says there'll be a convoy here at some point, as well. The route we passed, no, isn't a route by the looks of things. I think it's just a dumping ground, so we won't go that way. We can do a big U-turn here though, go back through these gates, and we'll take that right hand turn that we saw as we come out of here. But yeah, I'm going to get both missions done at once, just because it's so much easier to get more than one thing done at once. So there was some debris on the side of the road, and that was where our turn was, I believe. And one is going up as another infrastructure route is complete. There we go, debris coming up on our right hand side. I think that's the road we're following. So far, I can't see any of this being tricky in terms of getting any deliveries done. The roads are fine. Where there's just sand, doesn't seem to be a problem. Considering this is a Wayfarer front end, or tractor unit they're called. It's not been a problem so far. Which is nice, but also confusing. There's a drilling facility. We know they're already mining for, it was gas here, wasn't it, before the sinkhole started up. But that mining operation there seems to still be running. We're passing this one here as well. Right, I don't want to complete this mission until I've done the other viewpoint, if we can avoid it, because otherwise I'm going to get a vehicle out. Although we probably will anyway, to be fair. So the viewpoint we're heading towards is past where we're handing this in. We'll see if we can turn and get round it. Depending how big the circle is, to where we hand this in, to be fair. But completing the view with the same truck, this means we've optimised our usage. Train line as well. Okay. Ah, I see. So that's where we're going there. The viewpoint is ahead of us, but there's a gate we need to open, and this can't open it. So we're going to have to hand this mission in, and then get a scout vehicle out to open that gate. To then go to the viewpoint. Don't think there's another way there. So yeah, we can't do both at once. But we'll do the viewpoint next. Let's get this fuel delivered, and that'll be a new base operations for us. Base mission complete. We have a new operating base, the harbour base. And we have a new main mission, explore the sinkholes near the port. Let's have a look at that. Oh wow, they're miles away. One there, one there. Okay, so we need a scout vehicle anyway, don't we? And we've got this one still to do. We've got one more to look at. So we're going to need a scout vehicle, no matter what. Why can't I... Weirdly... Oh, you're kidding me. I can't use the garage here. It won't allow me to. There's no... The map hasn't opened up enough to give me the garage. So I can't click on the garage to pick a vehicle up. Which means I think the only way around that... Because these are all the vehicles that are currently out. I think we've got to drive a vehicle here. That's infrastructure. Yeah, it's not going to give us... So the yacht club have opened up over there. Obviously, can't bring a vehicle out there. It's not giving us our base operation here. We should be able to operate from here. But because we delivered the tank immediately, it hasn't opened the map up, frustratingly. So we can't actually pull a vehicle out. That's frustrating. But it is what it is. Thank you for the like, it was much appreciated. So, what we need to do is find a vehicle and drive that route ourselves again with a scout vehicle. So, where's the nearest one is the question. That's all our road building equipment there. That's crane and heavy transporter. Cable layer. We've got one over here, which is miles away. Yeah, to get that back would be a pain. We have got two other vehicles out. It says that's not the right one. Mule and that is there. That's a scout vehicle there. Hang on, is one of these a scout? No. Oh, that's the one that can carry two things in the back. I can't see where my scouts are. Okay, the Malamute, where are you? Malamute's there. The Lynx is there. Carolean is there. Oh, in the middle of that, wasn't it? Okay, I think we pick a different one and drive it from over here. Because I don't think there's not quicker but going any other way. I'm guessing there's no new scout ones we can't use yet. We haven't got. That's a DLC. That's a DLC. Obviously, we've got the scout with trailer, which we're ignoring. Yeah, there's no new ones. So, we've got the Malamute out, Carolean. We've got the Thunder. I haven't used that today. I do prefer the Rescue though. Let's do the Minuteman K350 Rescue. I do like this vehicle. We really enjoyed using it quite early on in the game. It was a go-to vehicle for saving other vehicles once we got stuck. But it handles pretty nice. It's good. It's pretty quick, so we should be able to get across to where the bridge is pretty quickly. and it can handle itself pretty well, unless I crash it. Obviously, it doesn't handle very well once it's crashed. Although we don't have damage, so it's all good. I do kind of wish damage was on from the start, same as fuel was on from the start. Although I suppose it would become a lot more frustrating to these longer journeys. But they've only just added it as a difficulty modifier. You need to start a new game to add it on. It doesn't affect current saves. Otherwise I would turn it all on and then would smash their vehicles up quite a bit. Bear with me again. Well, that's a turn up. So not only did the work on the house, they arrived early to do it, they're all done. So that makes my afternoon a bit different than what I planned. Because originally I didn't think I'd be able to edit because of the noise, and now actually I think I can. Which is a bonus. And obviously it hasn't affected the stream other than me having to stop twice to answer the door. So that is a big bonus. Right, let's get across. I'm kind of a little bit annoyed that it didn't obviously open up the base of operations for us properly, and we can't access it. But it's just one of those silly things that maybe we should have gone a bit closer before we handed in the truck potentially. You know, it's not always the game's fault. It could be just me, and maybe I went too close. I should have gone further out when I went in. But it is what it is. We'll have to, what we'll do is try and we'll go and try and open up the base properly first before we go and get the next location, which is through the gate anyway. Obviously we haven't been left here yet, that's another thing you need to look at. Don't do that. Oh, I thought I messed it up then, turning too tight and nearly turned us over. If it had been the other vehicle with something I might take him, we would have turned over there. It's a lot less stable than this one. But yeah, that's a turn up. So the work's still, the installation's done on the house at the back, and yeah, no noise. I'm assuming no one heard the noise the generator made when he started up. Didn't seem to affect anything. It's a bonus. So yeah, good day so far. Okay, we follow this road round. We're going to go past the drills. Got to be a bit careful. This is quick, this vehicle, but the problem with it being quick is obviously you can take corners a little bit too quick and then end up hitting things and turning over. That's probably my only issue with this vehicle, and that's more my driving more than the vehicle itself. But yeah, I do like the fact it's quick. Right, we need to kind of go around this area a little bit just to get the map to open up a little bit so we actually use the base. Let's quickly do that first before we try and open that gate up there. It's a sod's law, we couldn't use the garage. Right, I think that would have done it. Have a look on the map. Yeah, garage is open. Oh, it's there, that's why. The garage is open now. We can actually call vehicles when we need to from here over this side of the map. That is a big bonus. I've got a feeling they're going to want us to do concrete across here at some point, because obviously with the concrete facility now up and running, I've got a feeling we'll need some over here. It makes sense, that's what the mission would be, although like I say, we've got some already made. Right, let's open this gate up, because this is where we need to get through for this location, and then once that's done, we will see what's next. Or we know what's next, to be fair. We've got to go and find the other places, don't we? Right, one open. Winch. Second gate open. I need to go probably a little bit that way with it. I'd like to have these open as wide as we can. This makes sense when you're trying to get vehicles through. Right, that's the gate open. We may not be able to get through to the next area, and we may have to go back on ourselves to where the bridge is and head left there. That's the other thing we don't know. Right, this is the other location. And that is that done as well. This is the port, isn't it?
See? That was fun! Comparatively speaking. Now for the more mundane stuff. A whole laundry list of it.
Yeah.
First item on the list
More missions.
is fixing a damaged radio tower. Nothing too complex there. Just deliver a crate of spare parts from the supply depot and you're done. Next is tidying up the driveways leading to the port. The final thing is a bit more involved. We'll need to get the steel pipes facility working at full capacity. They need some replacement electric motors for their equipment, which you can deliver easily enough. Oh, and then you'll need to guide our trucks with new equipment to the same facility. Sounds straightforward enough, don't it?
It does, to be fair. Okay, let's have a look at these new missions then. So, explore the sinkholes near the port. Well, that was the mission we already had on. Oh wow, it's opened up a load of the map. So this is the port. We've got the main power substation there, terminal, harbour gas holders there, the port itself there, with 2 cranes are operational by the looks of things. The sand quarry there as well, which needs activating. That will take up all of our, I don't know what you call them, tokens, I suppose. The 2 points that already here, the sinkholes are there and there. And looking at this, there is a road out of the port that potentially takes you there. Potentially. Repair the radio station. Let's have a look at that one. So we need to pick up that object from the construction depot and take it across and deliver it to... Where are we delivering to? Oh, the radio station there. Which we possibly can go up there. There is a little road going along here we haven't explored. There's a little area there as well. Or come from this way potentially. But that looks easily doable. And that will restore the radio tower. We've got clear the driveways at the port. Fairly simple. Both of those need clearing out. There is a crane for this one, but no crane for this one. But we've got a crane we can use. We can get from the harbour base quite easily. What else have we got? Restore the steel pipes production. So we need to do an infrastructure route first and foremost from steel pipe facility to the port. Oh, okay. So we've got to do an infrastructure route from there to there, but we need to make sure the route's clear first. That seems fairly simple, to be fair. And then the other thing for that is bring objects. So there's 2 objects to bring from over there, the Blue Water Yacht Club, and deliver to the steel pipe facility. And then side missions, establish a reliable route between the yacht club and the port. So another one we've got to do is yacht club route, which actually we followed a fairly simple route ourselves. But again, we're going to need to make sure the port itself is clear before, I think, because the end point will be over here somewhere. So we need to make sure that's cleared first. But I think first and foremost, we do the mission we had first, which is this one, which is the sinkholes. We're already in our scout vehicle. We'll have a quick look to see what debris is around at the same time. But we'll head out this way and just head down the track and see if we can find those 2, first and foremost. And then potentially radio tower next. I might just do it in order, to be fair. But we will have to send something down to 2 vehicles down to Yacht Club, or 1 vehicle. No, it'll have to be the 2 with cranes. We'll have to send the mule and the Voron. So I'll go and pick those up, depending how big they are. We may only need 1. But we'll do what we're set out to do first. This will also give us an idea of how clear the port route is. That's a concern. And I think that's going to be a problem. That's going to need clearing, I think, to make any kind of reliable route through the port. Yeah, I think that's going to need moved. There's no way we're going to get through there with anything. Looking at that. Obviously we can drag things out of the way of this, but it's so much easier with a crane. And it's all concrete, to be fair, so we kind of want to recycle it. Would make the most sense. Just fill a big truck with the concrete and go and deliver it to the concrete facility. Even though it doesn't tell us to do so, would make the most sense. So we can see the issue there. I think after that, it actually looks pretty clear, bar this bit, which we know we need to clear anyway. So yeah, I'm thinking we load that up, maybe on the Wayfarer, to be fair, since the other Wayfarer seemed fine. Let's head out this gate down here though and see what's here. Got a feeling this opens outwards, so we might just have to ram it. Yeah, there we go. Right, the sinkhole route. We head right after the sand quarry. I'm not going to activate the sand quarry till we need to use it. To be fair, I don't see the point in activating it too early, so it's needed. But we just need to get close to these circles for this to be done. Obviously, it's more of an off-road track now. This is when I think we're going to see the real extent of these sinkholes. In fact, you can see there, buildings destroyed, absolutely destroyed over in the distance. Why does it look like a really big hole? Because it is a really big hole. Wow, look at that. That is a sinkhole. Head to the right, I think, for us to get down there without destroying the vehicle and getting stuck. Ah, we can get to the circle from this edge over here, so we don't actually have to go down there. It's a bonus. But yeah, absolutely destroyed by the sinkhole this is. Okay, that's the first one done. Yes. First one done. That is a sinkhole and a half. I know we're here to help fix this place and get it back up to how it should be. I don't know how we're fixing them sinkholes. We'll keep following this round. That's our next one over there. We'll follow this edge, I think, until we kind of nearby, until then stop. We see a different route. I think this edge kind of goes the right way. I think there is a left turn there. Do I want to go right or left? Left takes us this way. I think we want to come more south, don't we? So let's keep this way. There is a bit of a track actually to follow here. Again, the route itself isn't too bad. I don't think many vehicles have much problem going that way. This may be a little bit more difficult for some. It's all the rocks. But most of them should be able to manage most of this. Okay, we're running kind of parallel to it now. I'm assuming we can get down there by going round. Potentially. We've got a beach there. Or what is a rough beach? There is something over here as well. I wonder if we need to make a bridge over there at some point. Although it looks quite shallow there, doesn't it? So maybe there's a sand quarry over here as well. I think there's more to find over here. The map itself, there isn't really that much done. There's still a lot more to find, I think, than what we're seeing at the minute. There's something over there as well. So potentially we're going to need to go that way anyway. Where does this go? I don't know if I need to just head left to get closer to the sinkhole, or this will take us there. I think this will take us there the way it's going. There's a sinkhole to the left there. I think I need to get down there. I can see it, but I can't get there. I wonder if this will go round. At least we'll open up the map no matter what, which is something. There's more to the right there as well. Well, at least this is open up the map, so we've got more options. Train track there as well. Obviously no longer running. That goes further right. This does head left, so I think we're okay. That's where we're trying to get to. I wonder. Yeah, I think this is going to take us the right way in the end. I think we lucked out a little bit there. Okay, I don't know. We should need to get to that circle. Another drilling facility. That one's not running though. So that's probably something we're going to need to do, is get that back up and running at some point. Where is our circle we're heading for? This was a facility of some sort by the looks of things. Okay. I think we can... there's a building there. Don't know if we can head down there or not. Fully. Maybe. I don't know if we'll get back out again once I've gone down there. Maybe not. Okay, that was a bit sharper than I thought. Can I hook onto anything? Backwards. Nothing to hook onto. That crate can be hooked onto, but I don't know if I can get the angle. I think is the problem. I didn't see the drop. I thought it was a gentle slope. Oh, we're okay. We're still moving. That looked more of a slope on the map than actually was. This is, I've said it many a time, the map can be very deceiving. Right, we've made it though. That's the sinkholes explored. I don't know if that will open the missions or not. Area revealed as well. Okay, no new missions. Nothing from Kelly. There's the sinkhole. See all that oil coming through as well. So that's the Canyon gas holder and Oasis gas holder. They need power, which I'm guessing we'll have to do it in due course. Okay, so next on our list, repair the radio tower. So for this we needed to deliver the object. We need to pick up the object over here and drive it over there. I don't know what the object is. Let's see what the object is so we know how big it is. This is the nearest vehicle, that's why we're using it. I just want to see how big it is so we know what we use. I think it's a small box. Is that just that's a small box, isn't it? Yeah, just a small box. So 4 on mule should be fine. We don't need the heavy transporter there, I don't think. I think they're both countryside base, aren't they? It doesn't matter which one, to be fair. I don't know which one it is, but this one is nearer to the exit.
It's a nice change of pace to see a place that's not falling apart here. I guess even sinkholes know better than to open under supply depots. Or they like taller structures. Like that newly built radio tower that got swallowed by one. That's why they had to reactivate the old one, which we need to fix. But sometimes there's no fixing the old things. And it's better just to let it go. Let's hope that's not the case this time.
So that's why we're fixing the old radio tower, is because the other one got swallowed up by a sinkhole. Makes sense. Right, we've got 20 minutes left. We'll see how many more missions we can get done in 20 minutes. Obviously the yacht club convoy can't be done until we've cleared the port area. We do need to do that sooner rather than later, because that's kind of stopping a few things happening. We'll get a radio tower running first though. I don't know what vehicle we jumped in. I think this is the mule. Looking at the back. Doesn't tell you straight away. Yeah, we're in the mule. The back of the mule is different to the back of the Voron. That was my only kind of clue. The Voron has stickers on the back. Whereas the mule doesn't. But this job should be fine for the mule. It's done worse things than this one, to be fair. It's kind of weird. Now we know, only because we checked today, the Voron can carry more weight than the mule can. I do look at things that we need to pick up and go, maybe the mule's not right for that. Whereas before, we would have just picked everything up and not worried about it. But now we know there is a difference in what they can carry. It's weird now looking at it and going, should I use the mule, Voron? But we've been using the heavy transporter more, to be fair. Which isn't a bad thing. I think it's good to be using it. Because before it was useless. I do think now you can strap vehicles down and it becomes more useful. Right, we've got to watch out for the convoy if it's still running. In case it comes along here. I wanted to head into there tonight. There we go. Well, we did knock some of the orange grove down to build the lay the pipes to get the power back on. But generally, I don't think we've knocked too many down, so we've not lost too many in the harvest, which is good. Right, let's pick this up, and then we're going to take a drive to go and get it delivered to the radio tower. As I say, could have used either the mule or the Voron for this. I don't think it really matters which one. They're both just as good as each other, really. haven't changed camera. No real need to when it's just a box. There we go, that's all strapped down. I may regret having it on one side, I'm not sure yet. Right, we come out of here and we can follow the road to the right. We're going to cross the bridge. And then once we cross the bridge, we'll check to see where we want to go, really, because the radio tower doesn't seem to have a road directly to it. I mean, it probably used to, it doesn't anymore. Bridge is on our right, isn't it? Am I right in this way? I think I am. Yes, I am right. I was doubting myself though, as if we're going the wrong way. It's the right way. Okay. Once we're across, we'll check what's the best route to go. So the left turn here is the bridge. Even though we've got a forward base now on this new area, I knew we'd be bringing things across. It's always a given that you're going to have these journeys ahead of you, rather than small routes. Right, stop that there for a minute. So, we need to get to the radio tower there. Left kind of brings us round the gas holders, I think. So we want to be heading right. And then... it's right on the top there, isn't it? We need to come up kind of this way. Potentially through there. Which is through there. Which keeps going that way. And there's a road there. Okay. So we head right, and then we want to kind of stop roughly here. We might have to check that, but yeah, at the bend, take a left, and we're going to have to go for a bit of off-roading, I think. So where the Vaughan may have been better because it's better stability, I think the mill will be fine. Doesn't look too bad, but again, we all know the map can be very deceiving at times. So it may look okay now. Once you're there, you may think, okay, this wasn't as simple as it looked. Hopefully, it is. And then I think we clear the port next. We are going to need another crane, I think. Potentially a new one. Left when we hit the dirt patch. So this patch here shows up on the map as a brown dirt patch. I think that's the start of the off-road. More to the right, to be fair. Not too bad at the minute. Be a little bit careful not to roll ourselves over. That's the only danger with this. Let's have a quick look. A little bit to the right. We should be able to squeeze through this. Yeah, the danger is rolling. And obviously we've got nothing nearby to help us if we do that. So we do need to take it easy. The only thing that may help is the speed of us using our crane to keep us from stalling the engine. That's really the only thing that's got a chance of saving us, I think. But so far it's not too bad. Okay, we're heading up there essentially. We're just going to find the route to get there, as there's not a clear one currently defined. Okay, so far so good. But if that's a drop, we don't want to be doing the drop when we're heading to this side. I think we're heading up there, to be honest. Let's have a look. So we're now here. We're going to head through this canyon, and then the idea is to get up here, I think. Seems to be the easy... yeah, that seems to be the easiest way across. This looks even dodgier. I think that this side is the better side. So from here, we want to take a right and head through the canyon, which is we can see ahead of us. Which was the way I expect us to be going, to be fair. The mule's handling this pretty well. Okay, on the map, this didn't look too rocky, but obviously it's probably a few more than the map showed. Just going to be careful not to tip us over. It's the only thing we're concerned about here. And these are too big for us to move with the crane as well. Sounds a bit deeper. And at some point we're heading left to start going up. This mission sounded so easy on paper. And then doing it, not so easy. Right. Don't tip. Oh, that's close. Just want to double check. Yeah, so there is a right turn here, or straight up. The sand is getting a little bit deeper. So we either go straight over there, or right to the right and round. Obviously the rocks are going to dictate really which way we go. I'd rather go to the right slightly, I think. And then we're heading left here. That's going to be a hell of a view, I think, from up here. Yeah, that's a view of all the drills that are no longer running. And now base and port all over that side. That is a view and a half. Okay. Radio station is just there. Actually wasn't too bad a journey. Yes, the map made it look a little bit easier than it was, but actually I think the mule handled it pretty well, to be fair. The mule is one of those vehicles we can generally depend on, to be fair. Right, let's unstrap cargo. We can put anchors out, crane up. Let's get this delivered. And that'll be this now back up and running. As that is the reward for this being done. Is radio station back up and running. There we go. Mission complete. The radio tower is now fixed. You have a habit of giving people what they need the most, and yet no one will ever know. Okay, I was expecting something from Kelly there. Say well done. Nothing from Kelly. Okay. That is that complete. Let's have a look. Clear the driveways at the port, I think, is definitely priority. Can't do that until that's cleared because there's another thing in the way. Yeah, I think let's clear the driveways at the port. For that, we're going to need a crane. One bit can be cleared with the crane already there, but we need to make other bits clear ourselves. Especially this concrete bit here. I still think we should load it into a truck. Potentially the Wayfarer, because actually the route back should be fairly simple for it. So, if we go to our harbour base, let's bring out firstly the Wayfarer, because you can get a lot more in the Wayfarer, that's the thing. I know it's a vehicle I don't use, I dislike massively, but it will carry more than others. And then we're going to look if we want a new crane or an older crane. Pardon me, sorry about that. Yeah, new crane or old crane is our other choice as well. Where are you? Wayfarer's there. So this can carry 20 ton is its capacity, which is quite a lot compared to some other vehicles. The only one to compare it to, actually, I don't know what it comes under here. Does it come under that? No. So the Wayfarer can carry 20. That's the Voron. Ignore that one. That's not the one I'm looking for. There's a vehicle we have that is double the mule and the. That's the Wayfarer there. Can carry twice as much as the mules can. Is it that one there? How much can that carry? 8 ton. Oh wow! So there is a big difference between that and the Wayfarer. To be fair, I wasn't sure how much of a difference it was, but there is quite a big difference. So we're only getting this out because there's no point taking all that concrete away and just moving it. It's in the way of everything. We need it moved. It's not part of the mission, but it kind of is because without it being moved, we can't do anything. So rather than waste it, it's better, I think, to fill up the Wayfarer with it, with all the concrete, and at some point we'll take to the concrete facility to be made with concrete slabs. I know we've got concrete slabs laying around a different area because they're just there. but at least we're reusing this stuff. We could also sell this stuff instead of recycling it, but I think it makes the most sense to do this rather than just move it. What I do want to do is reverse this, so we're going out. I hate reversing these kind of trailers, but I want to be going out face first, ideally. Am I going to be able to turn this here? Slow it down. I'm rubbish at turning these vehicles. Kind of nearly fully backed up, aren't we? Okay. To the right. A bit of a tight area to be turning, to be fair. Nearly there, like. I just rather be facing the right way once we're loaded. We can knock those over, that's fine. Yeah, I'd rather be facing the right way. Just destroying all the boxes. Okay, we've got to make a decision here as well with the concrete. Are we going to use a new crane or one of our heavy cranes that we already own is the question. There was a crane, the tank crane looked interesting. I don't know if it can hold this stuff though, because it is going to be heavy as it's concrete. Okay. But there was a new crane we could potentially buy that we don't own yet, which I think may be the ideal here. Let's have a look. There was the tracked compact crane. It can only lift 10 ton though. If you compare that to a heavy mobile which does 40, there's a big difference. The Voron is 5, Mule is 5. That one is 60 ton. I pressed the wrong button. Tracked heavy was 35. Ignore the grabber, although we should really use that. That's 10 ton. The mobile cranes, which I don't use, can do 15. Mobile cranes I find really rubbish. This one can also put stuff on the back of it. Can only lift 2 ton. Right, I think we do the compact. We've got the money to do so. Let's buy the compact. Yes, it's going to be not be able to lift as much as others. 10 tons should be plenty though for that concrete that's there. So we bought it. That is the Vostok ETV, sorry, 89. The compact. Want that. Let's deploy and give this a drive. So first and foremost, we're going to clear the concrete. Okay, it's a lot slower than I expected, to be honest. Oh, it gets its speed eventually. I was a little bit slow off the mark there, that was. Whether this will be good for the port bit, I don't know, because if there's containers in the way, it may struggle to move them. But for this bit, it'll be fine. So we're going to put the concrete in the wayfarer, clear that route there, and then we've got the 2 bits near the port to do. We are running out of time for today, though. If we run out of time, we're continuing tomorrow anyway. It does look like Shadow's. So I'm just looking. We haven't got any. There's a crate. So there's no anchors for this, by the looks of things. What die does it attach to? Not that. Attach. Right. Let's get some of these loaded. Some of this concrete. We load it to this side, and then we'll work our way across. This will clear this as well. Let's give us a load of concrete. Not a bad crane to use. Obviously, it's not as big as the heavy cranes, but maybe better than the other cranes we've tried to use, and they've been horrendous, the mobile ones. And this probably will be quite mobile, to be fair. In that gap there we go. Don't know how much all this will weigh in total once it's all on board. Let's hope to be aware of it, I think. In case it weighs too much. And we can't use them, well, we better use a way better move it. I do want the majority in if we can. As I say, this will go to the concrete factory when we need to. But yeah, the DLC for Shadows is releasing tomorrow in the afternoon, so we won't be live until Wednesday morning for Shadows, which means tomorrow we will be back with more of this as we continue on. This is Sojourn, the penultimate map of the base game before DLC and stuff. So we'll continue this tomorrow anyway, as we are running out of time for today. And then from Wednesday, Thursday and Friday we'll have the DLC for Assassin's Creed Shadows for those, and then next week we'll see where we're at. We may even finish DLC for Shadows this week, which then means we're back to RoadCraft again anyway after that. We've still got loads to do, and then we need to start looking at the vote for next main live stream game in due course as well. So any suggestions for gamers to add to that vote, please let me know. We have got a massive list as it is, there's plenty of choice, but we've got to start thinking about that shortly as well, I think. Okay, where's the best place to stick this? Probably there. Okay, I think we can probably move this forward a little bit now. Still lots more to clear. We're not going to get it all on the Wayfarer. Thought we'd get quite a bit on there, but actually we're not going to get it all on there at all, surprisingly. The bits that aren't blocking the road aren't as important as what's on the road. I'm trying to just work our way through it all. But yes, we're not going to get it all on, I don't think. Plus I think it's probably more than Wayfarer can handle, in all honesty. But we can't use the port until this is clear anyway, so it needed doing. Try and get this inside the one over here. I don't think I can reach any further, can I? Right, really. I was going to try and get it inside that circle. That'd be that. That will probably still, it should still strap with that. I do like this crane though, it's a pretty good crane, it's handled this pretty well. Obviously heavier things will be different, I'm sure. So far it's not had an issue. I think them big metal, I've gone past what I was trying to do. The big metal pipes, I think this will struggle with. The only thing that doesn't seem to struggle with them is the big heavy crane. So I would say this will struggle with them, as most things do. How we do for time? We are running out rapidly. I want the one near the ring near me. Thank you. Trying to get the right option come up. There we go. There's a lot of weight on there. Bear with me, what's the door? Definitely been an annoying morning of deliveries and things, hasn't it? The amount of times I've had to stop this morning because someone at the door. Which is a bit annoying, to be fair. But we are rapidly out of time as well, annoyingly, so we are going to have to stop in a second anyway. I was hoping to get this clear, but I'm not going to get it all done in one shot. We'll get this last bit in and then we'll have to stop. We'll have a quick chat before we finish as well. We'll get this last bit in the middle of the circles maybe. Take a bit of space. Trying to get in the middle, but I don't know if it will allow it to. No, it's not going to allow it to go in the middle, is it? We are, I think we're there, but it won't, it just won't allow it in there, I don't think. No. It'll stay there though, I don't think there's any harm. Like I say, unfortunately we're out of time. We've got the rest of this still to clear, this concrete, so we can actually make a path through here. We're not going to get much more in the Wayfarer, to be honest. Weight-wise as well, I think potentially could become an issue. We'll have to move the rest of it out of the way anyway, until we do. So, we are back with this tomorrow morning, so let's have a quick look at what we need to do first thing tomorrow. We'll finish off clearing this concrete, and then we'll drive forward. We've got to clear this area over here of pipes. Now, we may need to change crane for that, as them pipes, and potentially containers mainly moving slightly. And then we come across, there's already a crane in place here that can clear all these containers out of the way. And then once that's done, we can set this route up between the yacht club and the port. And then we need to head to the yacht club ourselves to grab what we need from there to deliver back to the steel pipe facility and set up a route from the steel pipe facility to the port as well, which again can't be done until we've cleared these three areas as well. So that's the plan for tomorrow morning. I think I think we're making good progress, to be honest. We are making very good progress. Everything takes time, but we're getting there. As I say, we are back with more RoadCraft tomorrow. We will be a Assassin's Creed Shadows DLC on Wednesday morning, just because of the release time being a problem for us. Well, that is us for today. A massive thank you to everyone who's joined us today. Thank you for the likes, the comments, the views, and the conversation. As I say, we are back tomorrow morning. We started the day on 12%, I think it was. We're now on 48% of Sojourn. Sojourn seems to be going stupidly well. Like, to the point, I'm expecting something to go badly wrong sooner rather than later, to be honest. We've done 7 of 21 infrastructure requests, 16 of 31 main missions, and 3 of the 8 side missions as well. Yeah, I'm expecting more to go wrong yet. There's got to be something, isn't there? That's going to catch us out, I'm sure. We're 89.1 hours into the game so far, with 2 maps for the base game and 2 DLC maps still to do. But a massive thank you to you guys. As I say, we're back tomorrow morning with more RoadCraft. Wednesday morning will be Assassin's Creed Shadows Claudes of Awadi DLC. But until then, have a fantastic rest of your week if we don't see you again this week. And hopefully we'll see you on the live stream very soon. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.